I'm going to dedicate my college career to becoming the best quarterback in Georgia football history. I'm looking to complete these 5 goals before my college career is over. 3 of them being Georgia school records, but the other 2 get a Heisman Trophy and the most important, win a national championship. But let me introduce myself real quick. A 6'4" lefty quarterback with hands so small he got to wear gloves to get a good grip on the football. Reggie Hudson out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I got pretty much a standard story. Grew up in a 2-parent household, decent neighborhood, always stayed out of trouble. My focus since 5 years old has been football. But then you throw in the whole underdog factor, the chip on my shoulder. 6'4", but I got the tiny hands. I don't have the weight. I'm only about 170 soaking wet. And then with all the talks as I go into my college decision, hearing everybody saying I'm gonna go to the ACC, maybe go to the Mountain West or Group of 5 or just a lower tier conference. Some may even say I'm trying to hide and duck off from the physicality from big boy football. And I don't like that whatsoever. That ain't me. That ain't never been me. And it's funny, I've always taken a liking to SEC football, more specifically the Georgia Bulldogs. And when that offer letter came through, I wasted 0 time verbally committing to the school. Once I arrived to Georgia, picking the number 3 suited me a little too well. I was also the number 3 quarterback on the depth chart. Now as a freshman, I didn't expect to touch the field whatsoever, but I knew I was miles better than everybody else in that room. But now that I'm here kicking off my freshman season, I kind of know I won't touch the field. Number 1, I still have to prove myself. Number 2, I am QB3 even though I'm way but miles better than the QB2 on the depth chart. And above all else, Carson Beck is still here. He has seniority and he's been balling over the last couple of seasons. So I guess right now, honestly, the only thing I can do is put my head down and just work, seize every opportunity put before me. And I mean this in the most humble way possible. I feel as though I'm far better than any quarterback on this team at this moment. And I know this nearly for a fact. There's going to be some changes to that depth chart before it's all said and done by the end of this season. I guarantee it. Before we get too deep into things, I want to give a huge thank you to Aniba for sponsoring today's video. Aniba.com is a gaming marketplace with over 40,000 gaming products and an ever-increasing interest in expanding its library to be the go-to point for every gaming need. Aniba.com will bring you the hottest deal in the market of any title, new or old. And with an excellent Trustpilot score, you can rest assured you will receive and your gaming will continue without a hitch. Aniba.com offers 24/7 live support to clear any concerns you may have with your purchase. Check out Aniba.com using my personal link that's at the very top of the description down below. And again, thank you to Aniba for sponsoring today's video. And I sat back, putting in the work, waiting for my opportunity as week by week go by and we dominate and play some of the best teams in the country. And just like I thought, exactly what I said, that hard work was going to pay off a lot quicker than most people expected. I mentioned it before, the playoffs. You got to prepare, you got to have your depth chart in order, you got to make sure you have everyone where they need to be. And I guess having me at the QB2 spot is exactly where my coaches want me. When my opportunity came for me to challenge for that position, I wasted no time letting them know not only should I be the backup for this team, I could potentially be the starter if Carson Beck goes down. I'm never the one to prey on the downfall of anybody, hope for injury, none of that. That's not in my character whatsoever. But if that time does come, I'm gonna be ready. Put my arm talent, decision making, and ability to read defenses on display, dominated the practice, took over. QB2 was sealed. I'm that guy. To make a long story short, I remained QB2, didn't see the field, and Carson Beck led us to a national championship, which we lost to Oregon by 19 points. But does it make me a bad guy if I told you I really didn't care about none of that because it's my time to shine? Sophomore season is here and I am the starting quarterback. Get my first collegiate start, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, man. Trying to get off to a good one at that. Reading things out, gonna dip this out to my receiver. He's gonna take off, pick up the first. That's what we need to get things kicked off. And with us having a solid run game this season, really looking for my RB1 and 2 to be a 1-2 punch to set us up for the pass and the play action. Got a little read option, gonna try to read this one out as best as I possibly can to make sure I make the right decision. Gonna keep the ball on this one, get around that end, take off with it. And I got a huge step on the defense, falling just short of the first down. Delp coming in motion, gotta read things out. A massive route combination over the top, up front up here, gotta drop this one down. Make the catch, pick up 5 yards. Last season, I see 1 high safety in the middle of the field. It's probably going to be vacant with just 1 linebacker, so I'm going to go through my progressions with that in mind. I see my look. I want to take that shot. It's a deep shot. In stride, touchdown, my first of my collegiate career. That's what I'm talking about. Been incorporating a lot of motion into our offense, which I don't mind, causes a lot of confusion for the defense, but I see 2 high safeties. I'm assuming they're in like a cover 2 man, maybe a zone. I see him coming across the field. That linebacker sat a beautiful ball on a string. Delp and Ruford going out short. 2 linebackers dropping kind of low. Bang, easy money, easy money. Get the first down, baby. Third down situation looking like they're going to stack the box a bit, go with a shorter route concept. Check us out of that. We need something quick. Looking like they're going to make some adjustments, and the linebackers actually do drop. We're going to get my boy upfield, make the catch, and he's going to do all the work. That's exactly what this offense is made of. Defense holding it down, red zone situation. I want to hit my big body receiver Bell over the top, but if that safety drops, then we're going to look for depth down here below, maybe my RB1. And there we go, we have it. Beautiful ball, great catch, and he dropped that somehow. 3rd and 10, would love to leave out of here with a touchdown on this one. I'm gonna roll out to my right, take off, and they're completely oblivious to what's going on, getting out of bounds, picking up the first. And with my RB1 walking into the end zone, a 16-point lead, soon to be 17. With this look that the defense giving me, I really want to hit Humphries over the top if he can get that step. If not, we're definitely gonna hit Delp, or maybe Bond here underneath. I don't like it. Of course, my dog is wide. He always gets the most separation possible on those routes. Little RPO action. Got my guy coming in motion. He's going to actually swing back out. Listen to my receiver. He's wide open. The blocking on the outside is fantastic. He picks up a first down. All of my guys are going short. We're going to see if we can pick something up here. 2 DBs over on my guy. On my receiver one, but I'm going to hit my running back, try to get him upfield, flatten that route out. He bullied his way forward. And we can easily run the ball, but trying to put some more points on the board to secure a solid drive. We're going to drop back here in the gun. I see my guy. He's right here. The linebacker was playing it perfectly, but he gets out of position, and we pick up a late game touchdown. Some may say I'm the future of Georgia football. Others may call me a game manager, but all that matters is we walk out of here week 1 with a big W. We went on to get a 10-point win over Arkansas State at the crib. I threw for 360, 3 tubs, didn't do too much on the ground, but overall I balled out and put up good numbers. Got them black jerseys on, you know what time it is. Playing big time Texas, you know what it is, bro. SEC play, we're ranked number 40, number 15. We're looking to make something happen here early. Dropping back in your own end zone is never ideal, but I'm paying attention to these safeties, whether they drop or they don't, and they do. I'm actually going to take off and see if I can pick up some yards, but I do have my open guy. He's taking off, and that's Bond picking up the first down and some. Back in the gun, I don't have much time down here. I got my boy Delp underneath. He's making this catch, a good block on the outside. He fell short of the first down. Read option, I want to keep this one myself and make some plays with my legs, and I get around the edge. He should have held that block a little bit longer. I would have been able to pick up more yards. This Texas defense is well equipped, but I believe we can put together our most complete drive thus far. Going to throw this one, try to get my boy upfield. He retreats for some odd reason. I'm going to be looking for Bell or depth on this one, and Bell is wide. That corner played that way too high. We pick up some yards. Still a scoreless game so far. Second half is here, and bro, we're struggling bad. Nobody's getting open for the most part, and I think it's just time for me to use my legs, and that's not even going to be a valid option, having to throw this ball away. Making some adjustments based on what I see. Definitely going to go to Humphries on this one. He's going to get free. He's going to get the beat on that corner, and we pick up a first. A deep cross from Bell may be the look, and I may have Bond here on this curl or this comeback towards the sideline. We're going to see how it all plays out, see where the safety ends up landing. And we definitely do have that throw to my guy in stride, picking up a huge first, moving the chains. I assume these linebackers are going to drop, but eventually one of these slants are going to get open across the field, and that's what I'm hoping for, and that's exactly what happens. First down catch, and my boy Humphries picking up a first down. A minute 19, we have to score, get the field goal for the win, and I have no timeouts to work with, trying to work my way out towards the outside of the field, and it's overthrown, a terrible ball for me. Third down, we desperately need to pick up the first. Gonna be looking for my dog to come across the middle, and he does, but we're gonna have to drop this one off a little bit short, and Delp is gonna pick up some type of yardage. And with one high safety, a shot has to be taken. I see my boy. I see 2 of my guys actually. Nothing's there. Gonna try to fight through the contact, and I get hit, go down. This game is over. Didn't turn the ball over, did a great job protecting it for the most part, but just could not make the big play happen. And when we needed it the most, we couldn't convert at all. Failed to escape and get anything done on my legs last week. This week against Ole Miss, looking to do some of that, but I'm struggling out the gate. Little RPO action, got my guy coming in motion. The entire defense just shifted. Gonna keep it on here. Drop that off to my boy Delp. He's going to take off up the field, pick up some decent yards. Trying to get something rolling, looking for the quick route underneath. Got my RB1 going in motion. I could hit him in the flat right there, which I should. I should have hit him a lot earlier, but he can turn upfield and make something happen possibly. Trying to attack this one high safety look. And great route running from one of my top receivers, who's going to take his way all the way with inside the 5. Play action here on 3rd and goal. Want to hand it off, but they got the front side loaded with everything and everyone. Going to take off and pick up my first rushing touchdown of the season, of my collegiate career. 2 minutes left in the first half. Looking to take a shot to try to get down the field and put more points on the board. Nothing is there. Everything's sewn up. Got to throw this ball away, make the smart play. Looking for Delp quickly underneath here. If he's not there, then I definitely got my RB1. Going to check it it down to him immediately, pick up some decent yardage, make a play with his feet, and he's going to try to stop the clock. I'm looking to take a deep shot. 23 seconds left, 2 timeouts, and I see what I want. Actually going to check it down here underneath to my guy. He picks up a first and he stops the clock. Barrel of depth on these corner routes is going to be my go-to. Yep, I seen the safety come down the corner bit way too hard. First down. Corner route from Bell is my go-to. If we can get it, this will be a touchdown, and he absolutely kills that DB. 2 feet in. That's a toe tap for the touchdown. Got my eyes on Bell over here on the left side, see what this corner does, and I can drop this down to him. He can easily pick up the first, anticipating that route, the throw, everything worked out to perfection. He's taking off, putting us within inside the 20. And at this point, a multitude of routes that can be possibly open. My boy has a step on that DB. I don't know how he made that catch through traffic, caught the DB by surprise. Looking for Delp in the back of the end zone, depending on how things play out. They make an adjustment. He has a man on him. And that's exactly what I'm throwing, because everybody is completely oblivious to one of the best receivers in the country being wide open. Looking short towards Depp's way. And he does, bro. He always finds a way to get open. He's like my safety net. And picking up that fresh set of downs is going to set us up to put this game away with a few runs and walk out of here with a huge W. A huge bounce back win for me and the fellas after performing horribly against Texas, but we come here against Ole Miss at the crib and handle business. We followed up that conference win with another against Kentucky. Following up with a blowout win, almost 60 points scored on Auburn. And I have a career day, 385 through the air with 7 tubs. Come on now, going crazy. We sit at number 5 ranked in the SEC. The top 3 are all still undefeated within conference play. And while we sit at 5 in the conference, also right now 5 in the country. And taking a pick of my stats for the season so far, nearly 1,500 yards thrown, 110 of 164, 17 tutties, no picks. This week we got a big game against a Tennessee team with a lot to prove. Hostile territory, and I've been in the pocket so heavy I want to put my legs to use, something I haven't done all season thus far, and it's not working out here. Play 1. Stadium is rocking, and we got to find a way to make something happen. Defense is making some crazy adjustments already here. We're trying to figure something out. We don't have nowhere to go with this football. Throwing in the coverage, and I throw my first pick of the season. Linebackers are shifting more to their left, looking to throw this ball across the middle. He's going to get over, and of course my safety net is wide open, but I miss him. Might have a deep shot if the safety plays low, which he does not, but we do have a deep one over the middle. That's Hump. He's going up the field, looking like he's gonna score. We just picked up a crazy touchdown. Let's go. Looking for my boy Rob to have a quick catch and go, but instead gonna hit Hump out here. He's gonna pick up just short of the first. Middle of the field, it seemed like it's gonna be vacant, so I'm definitely gonna look for my dog wide open here, and we have no chance to get rid of this ball. Looking for Bella Humph on this play to pick up some chunk yardage, 2nd and 10. And Humph is going to run a great route up the field, trying to throw him open to beat this DB, and it's just batted down. Option route from Bell. Humph going on a quick out. He's not there whatsoever, but we're going to go with the RPO. Hand this off to the running back. He picks up the first down. Linebackers are blitzing. They actually drop back into coverage. Anything across the middle would have been valid, but I can't even get the ball off in time. The coverages they're throwing at me is really confusing me. I don't even know who to look for on a lot of these plays, and just throwing this one in the coverage. I don't know how he came with the catch, but Humph in the clutch. Sign of desperation, going with all goals. Going to use my arm talent to the best of my ability, and of course look who's open, and that's not open. I'm actually throwing the pick, my 2nd of the season. He couldn't make that play. That was just a bad throw in the cover. Looking for Bond to my right to run this route and sit down, especially with that safety dropping off high. This might be his play, and it is. He picks up the first. We're starting to get a bit of momentum. 4th quarter, and to save us some embarrassment, we have to score, put some type of points on the board. So whatever they give me, whatever the defense just hands on the silver platter, I have to take it. I have no choice. Looking for my go-to guy to get open, which he does. The linebacker plays it, but he does pick up some decent yardage. Hopefully Delp can flare out the line and get open. If not, we're going to take off, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Everybody's focusing on these receivers. Walk in, easy touchdown. I wouldn't call it a comeback, but an opportunity to put this game in much more of a reach, and that guy's firing off the end, gonna try and take off and make something happen with my legs. I actually got a block out here, getting upfield, picking up a first down and some. A deep shot is definitely necessary. I got my boy up the field. Can he come back to this ball and make the catch? He cannot, and that's picked off. This game is over in the books. We flat out got outplayed throughout the entirety of the first half. And comparing the numbers, I got completely outdueled by a quarterback at home who was definitely showing why he's the better young QB at the moment. After such a poor performance like that, I had to get back in the lab with my guys. Make sure I don't lose my team. And we got to play a huge rival in Jacksonville this week, the annual Florida-Georgia game. I'm not only looking looking to bounce back, but to dominate this week. Gotta go through my progressions, take what they give me, but taking the top off here is definitely the option when the safety's just sitting there and you're letting one of the better receivers in the country have a wide open take like that. We gonna eat that up every time. Making the smart play is always the first thing in my mind, but also making the big play is gonna be there, and I completely missed a wide open delp up the sideline. Looking for Humphries here. If he's not open like I expect him to be, definitely gonna put this ball elsewhere, but he has a step on the DB in stride. That's a catch. He curls it upfield, touchdown. Man, that dog, boy, he's a dog. That boy is a beast. If I don't have neither one of these deep shots, always willing to take it short, but I'm gonna take off here. The blocking up front is sensational. One of the very few big runs I've had so far this season, put my body on the line. They make an adjustment on the back end, but we're looking to take the shot, and we have it, but I'm getting hit as I throw the ball. Looking for depth to come across the middle. The linebacker's trailing, but I also have my boy in stride. He makes an insane catch. They might want to go ahead and hand Humphrey the Bolitnikov, bro. He's balling out of control once again, wide open. Let's see if we can turn this upfield and make something happen. So far, my offense has been just lights out. Of course, Delp is wide open, and my receivers are doing the thing right now. A blowout on the table in the first half is insane. I want to throw this ball deep, know when to throw it to. I got to make the smart play and get that out of bounds. But this game is far from over. Looking to make way more big plays as this thing goes on. The DB makes a huge mistake. I don't know what that safety's doing, but you better get back because, bro, there he goes again, picking up a huge chunk of yards. Few routes coming across the middle. That's exactly where I want to get rid of this ball, but take your check downs like we worked on all week in practice. Pick up whatever you can get. I won't bind over the top. Safety is going to drop towards the middle of the field, but we may have a look here that I like. Going to actually take off. I have so much free real estate. Going to try and slide. I dove forward, picking up the first. At this point, it's all about putting the game away. We're still throwing the ball. Yeah, we're still going to do that. We're going to do it at a high and elite level. But putting the ball on the ground, killing as much clock as possible is also a part of the agenda. We took care of Florida, spanked them boys, then followed up another dub in the SEC against Mississippi State. But if everything wasn't already exciting with all this SEC play, we got Bama this week. Bama opens up with 3 points. We got to come out here with some kind of heat, moving the ball, take the quick check down, boom, picking up some yards. The secondary like this, I'm not looking to take too many deep shots early, so I'm going to take whatever they give me underneath and make it happen. And of course, my running back flaring at the backfield wide open, first down. But I also don't want to get too antsy in the paint. I want to stand tall, step up, make the throws, and do everything I can to just be the most solid, pure QB for my team right now. I got my eyes on this safety to my top left, looking for Bell in this corner route. If that's not there, we're definitely going to go underneath. You got Delp, of course, always going to be my big time go-to guy. Stringing together a solid drive, now trying to punch it into the end zone. And of course, I don't know what it is about these drags, but he gets open every time. Hands this one off to my RB1 and blocking up front is sensational. He walks in nearly untouched, shook a guy his shoes to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Looking for Delp on the corner route. If not, we're going to take the deep shot, maybe take off with the ball if necessary, and I got pressure coming from the backside getting sacked. If Hump can get around and get upfield on this one, I will launch it all the way up the sideline, and I'm going to take that shot. It's a 50-50 ball, but I believe in my guy, and he holds on, makes the big catch. It's a fantastic feeling when you can lean on your guys like that. Now I'm dropping back. I got my boy. He beats his linebacker. He's just sitting there staring at a ghost, and we punch another one in for a touchdown. You go no high safety. That's calling for a deep shot. I'm banking on my receiver to make the play. He got to step on a really solid Bama DB, but we come through and make the big play. Got Hump and Delp going across the middle. You can never fail with that play action. I'm actually going to take off here to my strong side. Going to try to pick up this first down with my legs. I could almost fumble that ball right there. I have to be way more careful when it comes to protecting the football. They're sending a little bit of pressure, but the blocks up front are sensational. We're picking up another first down. My RB1 is going to sit home and block for me. Going to drop back and be patient. I got my go-to guy. You know, bro, them drag routes are key. They're money. We're going to hit on it every single time. Another TD on the board. Got my two go-to guys both taking off up the field, attacking this safety. I'm just going to sit back in the pocket, step up, take the shot, and believe in my guys to get open, which they do, making another huge play. You can call it stat pad, but I call it putting this game away. Gonna go with some play action, roll out to my right, of course. Easy dot to my dog, touchdown. We putting Bama away. After that win against Bama, we stringed together 2 more solid W's, one of those being against Charlotte. And in that game, throwing for 310, 3 tubs, 1 interception. Nothing too crazy, but a solid day by my standard. The other dub coming against rival Georgia Tech. 278, 4 tubs, doing what I do best, just flat out out balling. We balled out this season and met up again with Texas in the SEC championship game. And when I say them boys came to play, they absolutely dominated up front. I was running for my life trying to make anything I possibly could happen, but it felt like they were in my lap the entire game. When it was all said and done, the Texas Longhorns walk out of here kings of the SEC. And then they went on to lose to Jacksonville State, whilst Penn State took the national championship home. Disappointed with the way things went my first year starting, but now my junior season, the schedule's looking pretty much the same, SEC heavy. Now it's time to really turn up. Just like we did last season, first game of the year against UCLA, tore them boys out the frame. We got to set the tone early, let everybody know across the country what type of time we on. Easily one of the best games of my career, throwing the ball all across the yard, just having my way. At this point, life is just good. Junior season kicked off right. We balling how we supposed to as a team. I'm good, healthy, family good, NIL booming. I'm taking care of everybody. I'm just the man right now. And going into this game against Western Kentucky, we tore it up, tore it down. At the crib too, you know we had to go crazy. Launching the ball upfield, big play after big play, connecting with my guys on a whole nother level. Even rushing for a few, getting into the end zone, letting everybody know across the country I'm the king. Then we go Louisville, night game, on the road. A team that's a lot better than most people thought they would be coming into the year. And they may be decent, but we're the best team in the country. That goes without saying, and we showed it. Just balled out, demolished them boys. I'm talking about backyard football all game long. For me to not be on the Heisman watch list is crazy. They got a receiver up here before me. I mean, right now I got us ranked number 2 in the country, right behind Clemson. And then my numbers over the course of these first 3 games are actually pretty outstanding. 802, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Like, what more do you want from me? Not gonna stress it though, just gonna lock in. Got a big SEC opener against Mizzou this week, and we're at the crib. And you better believe I'm coming into this one with something to prove. Black jerseys, you know what time it is with us. And at this point, I'm just tired of all the disrespect. At the last season, they've been talking crazy about your boy in the media. I mean, considering the fact that we fell short of all expectation last season, not winning the SEC championship and making it to the Natty for the 2nd year in a row, I still feel like a lot of people are sleeping on us. They knew we were going to be good, but they don't see us going all the way punching that ticket. But a message I'm trying to get across to my guys week in and week out, focus on us, lock in, play the best football that we possibly can, block out all the noise. After a good win over Mizzou, an early look at the SEC conference, we sit at 3rd after that opening week. We're ranked number 2 in the country, about to dive deep into conference play. We need to step up. We got LSU up next, our biggest test of the season so far. As you know, a few of my same weapons returned from last year, but a bunch of new faces, a lot of guys who can come out here and make plays, and there goes one of them, a big catch and run, first down, let's go. One thing I've been focusing on, especially throughout the offseason, is working on just predicting the right play. What receiver is going to be open based off the coverage? And another thing for me is getting active with my legs. I'm way too athletic not to go crazy and get some rushing touchdowns. Overall, just be more of a running threat, and we're doing exactly that early against LSU. Telling the home crowd to let me hear it after going crazy, picking up what, my 4th or 5th rushing touchdown of the season. I'm starting to lose count. I'm going so crazy. Defense does a fantastic job setting us right back up in the red zone. Handing this one out to my RB1. He's gonna walk in and get clapped, get flipped in the air, but a touchdown on the board. And I've been a lot more comfortable taking deep shots, like right here. You bring one safety down and you drop one high, you know what I'm doing, airing it out over the top, and I'm trusting my guy to make the play in coverage, and he bobbles it, doesn't make the catch. It's maybe a long throw, but if this left corner drop, I can throw it to my guy here. He does drop a quick ball to the outside, a catch, and he picks up a few yards, but we're short of the first. If this corner drops to my right, I can deliver this down to my boy, and he has great blocking outside from an old lineman and a fellow receiver. He should have got on the outside, but he does still pick up the first down and some fighting his way forward. Changing up the protection up front. If I can, I'll take off and run, but it seems like they're sending so much pressure, I can't do anything but try my best to deliver a dime, and it's not going to happen. Ended up getting this ball back, 19 seconds left and counting with 3 timeouts. Going to look to take a shot here. Got to hit my guy quick up the field. He goes up, picks up the first down. We got to call a timeout. As much as I would like to be able to run the ball in a situation like this, we have to throw. We need a quick score, and I'm going to hit my guy here trying to get him out of bounds, pick up some yards. I know the DN is coming, but if this linebacker blitzes a quick swing out to my RB1 and he does not, trying to take off here, I have no space. Got to throw this on the way with 2 seconds to spare. We need a deep shot here to get up the field and potentially get within field goal range, if not put some points on the board, and I'm launching this one into double coverage, hoping one of my guys come through, and it's picked off. Defense and standing tall is now for us time for the blowout, where we need to do something. We need to make something happen here. Defense been doing their thing. Offensively, we've been struggling. I need a block upfield right here. I'm trying to shake free. I pick up the first down, putting us within the 5. Looking for my tight end over here to my left. If he's not open, this play is completely dead. I got straight pressure off the edge to the back of the end zone, and he's out of bounds. A little rough around the edges after the first quarter, but we managed to get it done and defeat LSU in a conference game and remain undefeated. We got the win. That's what matters the most, but I underperformed in conference play against a tough opponent. And that's for my only touchdown on the day. I had 1 on the ground. Big dub in conference play play, then we roll on to absolutely spank Vandy, putting up 273 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 ugly pick though. Then we follow up, we got the game of the week, Texas A&M, more conference play against one of the more competent opponents in the country, the number 2 ranked team right behind us. Kicking things off one of our tougher opponents, if not our toughest opponent of the season, bro. This is gonna be a game to remember, trying to get this ball off to one of my guys, picking up the first down. Great read by me if I do say so myself. And the way it's looking, we may see these boys later on in the season in the conference championship of the sorts, but we got to look forward to now. We can't be too far into the future. We got to execute today. Looks like they're stacking things up front. Actually gonna go with somewhat of a play action here, see if I can get this ball out to one of my boys on the perimeter, but I'm gonna hand it off as a RPO and we score. Beautiful read. I was gonna keep it, but I'm glad I didn't. You got your safeties playing low and you got press coverage on one of my dogs. You're crazy. Launching this one over the top, see if he can catch this in stride and take off up the field, but I put a little too much on it. Stadium is rocking so crazy, it's completely throwing off my mental, but I'm still gonna try to make plays no matter what. And I got one of my dogs wide open, coming across the field in stride up the field with a block up front. He's gonna get it to the end zone for a beautiful touchdown. Now it's time to take our quick and easy routes. We got just under 2 minutes left here in the first half. Just pick up what we can and make it happen, get up the field, chew this clock up, and also chew up the field. As much as I want to take the top off, I have to take whatever is underneath here. Really nice and quick. Got my RB1, gonna sit down, pick up some yards, actually break a tackle. We have the lead, but don't want to put the ball back in their hands. I think I'm gonna take off to my right here. I may have an opportunity to pick up the first with my legs, which I do. Gonna try and slide here. I die picking up a first anyway. I'm also trying to develop the habits of, if it's not there, just take off, but I do have an outside route for my RB1, getting upfield, picking up the first. Please get out of bounds, and he does. If we could somehow cap this drive off with a touchdown, that would be absolutely sensational. Did a fantastic job. They're picking up on everybody but me. We're gonna walk in for a touchdown, dropping our shoulder, muscling our way in. It's been tough trying to make adjustments with the stadium posting so crazy, but I believe we can still get it done with the original game plan. And of course, one of my guys, tight end, is open, picking up a first, marching his way forward. Monster pickup. Only one thing left to do. We have the lead, run out the clock. We can remain the number 1 team in the country and solidify ourselves to be the best and number 1 team in the SEC. A huge win, blowing the doors off the hinges against Texas A&M. I put up an amazing game, probably my most complete of the year. And shout out to my RB1, Branson Robinson. He went absolute crazy, putting up 3 tutties on the ground. Overall, great team performance. We dominated in every fashion. About time they start putting some respect on my name. All I had to do was put up insane numbers and beat the number 2 team in the country. More SEC play, another dominant win, 31-17 against Arkansas. A mediocre day by my standard, 221, 3 tubs, but another ugly pick on the season. I gotta work on that. For the 2nd consecutive year that I've been the starter, we win the Florida-Georgia game. And as of now, within the top 10 teams in the country, only us and South Carolina remain undefeated, a conference foe that we face this week. And as far as conference play goes, once again, the only undefeated teams right now within the country and in the conference are us and South Carolina. Kicking things off against number 5 South Carolina. I don't know how they're number 5 and we're number 1 and they're still undefeated. I guess their schedule is weak, but none of that matters. The only thing on our mind as a team is to walk out of Gamecock territory with a W. A huge play to get this one kicked off here in the first quarter as well. The looks I'm getting from this defense right now, they're very kind of heavy in the rush a bit, but I also see my guy flaring across the field, full speed, in stride. That's a touchdown. 7-0 lead to kick it off here in the first quarter. Coming out just mean guns blazing right now, and I'm just seeing so many openings, so many holes in this defense to expose, trying to go crazy. Look at my receiver getting busy. Approaching the red zone here with an opportunity to get back into the end zone. Gonna take off this huge hole up the middle. Gonna see if I can actually slide, dive for the first down. Coach has been getting on me about that, not sliding, but man, I just feel the need to go out for extra yards, taking off up the middle again, but this time around we're gonna get down safely. My dog Rob had a huge week just a few games ago. Gonna see if he can punch this one in, getting wide with it, muscling his way forward, getting into the end zone, breaking the plane just barely, but a touchdown is a touchdown. And with sensational blocking and the ability to read the cutback lane, my RB1, bro, Rob is going absolutely crazy, putting another huge touchdown on the board, extending our lead. And I think it's pretty clear we're the best team in the country, especially coming out here punching South Carolina in the mouth at home the way we are right now. This is sensational. Offensively, I'm dialing it up to a T, and defensively, them boys are holding it down on that side of the ball. But now with more free real estate, they're scared of the pass rush, picking up more yards on my legs. Looking to potentially get into the end zone one more time before the half is up. This game will definitely be in the bag. I see my boy getting jammed, but he has a step on this DB, full stride over the top. That's another huge touchdown, baby. Smoked him, blew him out the water. Whatever you want to call, whatever term you want to use, we absolutely balled today. Extremely proud of my offense, defense, the entire team for stepping up and dominating against one of the toughest opponents we're going to face all year. Huge dub beating the number 5 team in the nation, now unranked Oklahoma on the road. That's going to be difficult. New to the SEC and they're performing pretty well, but we got to put these boys to bed today, and I got pressure on the offside. I got to throw this ball away. 7-4, so they aren't great, they aren't bad, but definitely one of the more underrated teams in the entire SEC. I got my boy up the field, almost missed him, wanted to take off myself, but a deep bomb up the numbers, and you know what time it is, baby. TD off the rip. And then you give me a look with no high safety, look like you want to send the house or drop everybody back extremely late. That's exactly what I want, because I know I have the playmakers to make it happen, and that's exactly what's on display here. Another deep catch from Humph, looking to hand this ball off to Rob. Hopefully he can make something happen here on 2nd and 8. Great blocking up front, cuts it back, a huge hole, and he's taking off breaking tackles. I'm in the mood for a rushing touchdown. Feel like I haven't had one in a little while, or haven't had them as consistently as I would want. Great up top, and you know what we doing, walking it in untouched for the touchdown. Beautiful. I want to hear from this Oklahoma crowd, but the offense wouldn't have responded. We're down 3 points. We need to make something happen here some way, somehow. My receiver got completely botched on that route, causing me to throw this pick. That's all his fault. I wouldn't blame that on myself, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily that one wasn't costly. They didn't score. The defense is adjusting here. We're gonna make whatever we can happen on this play. Great blocks. I see my guy, he's taking off, good space, picking up the first down and some, throwing a few guys. Let's go. In my eyes, a crucial 3rd down. Gonna have to shift my offensive line a bit, because it looks like they're bringing pressure from this left side, which they do. I want to step up, take off if possible, breaking a tackle, breaking a few, trying to pick up this first, and I fumble. Luckily we got that back. 3rd quarter is about to come to an end. Going with a little play action here. Middle of the field is vacant. Got my boy in stride. He's picking up a first, huge chunk of yardage. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking to air this out. Looks like they're only gonna rush 4 here. They actually rush 5, and I got my dog over the top. You know what time it is. Beautiful ball in stride, good feet. He's been my go-to guy. There's a reason why they got him on the Biletnikoff list. Got a tie ball game here as we enter the 4th quarter with an opportunity to march down the field, string together a really solid drive, and put more points on the board. Great blocking on the outside. If that gets picked up, which it does not, set my boy up for the failure, but he still muscles forward for the first. I mean, right here is just simple. Coming in motion, looking for my tight end right here to the left. Hopefully Lucky can get wide open. The DB played that perfectly. Gonna take the check down on my RB1. He's gonna monster forward, picking up nearly the first down. And it's nothing like having a bunch of playmakers all around, even in the backfield, where they can just take little to nothing and turn it into a major play. Like here, RPO, hand it off, picking up major yardage, just a monster carry. And at this point, name of the game, run that clock out, get downfield, put a touchdown on the board. Hopefully we don't have to settle for a field goal. I really want to put this game out of reach as much as possible. And I have yet to take off, because they've been sealing the edges like crazy. But here, that's exactly what I'm looking to do. If somebody's open, I'm going to throw it. But if not, like I do here with all this space with a linebacker in pursuit, I'm going to take off, try to cut it back, get upfield, got the first down. I'm actually going to take this into the end zone, hopefully, and we do. Touchdown. And one final kneel to put this 1-score dub, this victory in the books against one of the toughest teams we faced all season. Didn't think it would come from a 7-4 team, but in the end, it actually did. Actually had a pretty solid day. 8 for 12, 66% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Not too shabby, dog. And we actually rushed for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the final game of the regular season, we wiped the floor with Georgia Tech. 2 for 312, 3 tubs, no picks, doing what I do best. Only got sacked twice. Shout out to my offensive line. Still at number 1, South Carolina number 7, a rematch, but this time around in the SEC championship. Opening things up, SEC championship against a South Carolina team we struggled with a bit earlier this season, but we ended up coming over victorious. A little RPO action after a nasty hold that pushed us back 10 yards. We're going to try to have to figure out to get some things going. Good blocking on the outside. Hopefully he completely whiffs, but of course my dog coming through, going crazy, making guys miss and breaking tackles. And that right there, that kind of playmaking ability, that's what's going to set us up to succeed in the end. But I got to go over the top here. Looks like they're sending the house at me. They actually back some guys up, and I see somebody I want. The safety's dropping back so deep, and of course in stride, but he's blown up. Read option in the red zone. I want to keep this on myself. I haven't scored a rushing touchdown in a bit, and we're going to get one here, and we punch one in off the rip. A huge drive, pin back and all in end zone. We put points on the board first. The blocks can hold up on this drive already near the 50-yard line. We can take this. As a matter of fact, we're well beyond the 50-yard line. I can launch this towards the end zone. I see my guy. He got that step, and I'm putting all my arm into this one. Bomb, touchdown. It's been a dominant day so far. Defense went to put some points on the board, scored another touchdown. South Carolina did manage to score, but we're not worried about that whatsoever. Looking to put this ball exactly where it needs to be, and I almost put it in harm's way. I guess the only thing to do is put the ball in the end zone with 10 seconds left. Don't want anything short. So Tug is going to run this deep post across the middle of the field, and I'm going to look for him. wrong. Drop back extremely deep, try to get this ball off in time, and I'm getting hit. But with a lead like this, we're just gonna play it safe, hand it off, going to the second half with a 2-score lead. We're dominating. We can go ahead and finish this game like this. It's a wrap. Third quarter is here, and they continue to send this pressure. Beautiful out route from our wide receiver 4 or 5 on the depth chart, which is crazy. And they say I don't step up in big time games and make plays, but what does this look like here? I'm continuing to throw absolute dots. And if Humph can get over across the middle of the field in a timely manner, I can launch this ball towards the end zone. That's what I'm looking for. The safety's there, but he's slipping up in coverage. And then I put this ball only where my guy can go and get it. That's another TD on the board. And the SEC championship, that's a wrap. 38-14 victory over the second best team in the SEC. We remain undefeated. We're going to continue on this road into the college football playoff. As we head into the playoffs, the race for the Heisman Trophy is over. I finished the season at 3rd. Taking a look at my numbers for the year, I feel like I balled out. Protected the ball pretty well overall. Just a solid year. As far as our rushing numbers, I'm 2nd on the team with 407 tutties. Yeah, I did my thing, and I only had 1 fumble. Not too bad. And you want to talk about spreading the ball to your playmakers? I had a guy go for nearly a band and 13 touchdowns, 600, 599, 596. Bro, I was spreading that rock. In the Orange Bowl, first round of the playoffs, we had a Charlotte team that had no business being there, but we only won by 10. They put up a good fight. But this game around, the Sugar Bowl against Oregon won't be nearly as sweet. We got to come to play. After completing a perfect season, dominating the team in the first round we had no business playing a complete team like Oregon, we went head to head like Rams. It was a scoreless game until the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. And when we finally started to get some momentum going, I ended up throwing a costly interception that was taken back for a pick 6. Afterwards, I really couldn't even believe it. I was in complete and utter shock that I had just made the biggest mistake of my life. And just 1 game away from punching my ticket to a national championship, the semifinals, we lose in the Sugar Bowl against Oregon. They ended up facing Notre Dame in the Natty for another defensive battle, a low-scoring game, 12-6, and they reigned national champions. And with my junior season coming to an end, having 2 years under my belt where I've been dominant, putting up great numbers, and been one of the best quarterbacks in the country, I have a huge decision to make. I said I wanted to come here and be the best quarterback to ever suit up as a Bulldog, and that's what I'm sticking to. I'm gonna do it. I have no choice. And although this is the most difficult schedule we've had over the last 2 seasons that I've been the starter, I'm up for the challenge. This senior season is mine. How would I describe myself on my last ride? A man on a mission. Not only having my mind and my heart set on a national championship, but just going in week after week dominating. I mean, I'm out here balling like I always have since my sophomore season, but now it's being done with like a different level of execution. I've been in the weight room a lot more than years past, a lot stronger than I was before, and I'm just running through arm tackles, letting everybody know what time it is. We finished the year with a 13-2 record, 7-1 in the conference, one of those losses being the Florida in the SEC championship. But come playoff time, we showed up, showed out, and got 2 huge victories, one being in the Orange Bowl. And just like I thought I knew, this was the season where I punched my ticket. 2027 college football playoff, national championship. We got Penn State. First drive is not going in our favor. A 3rd and 22 look, now dropping back. Got plenty of space here to make something happen up the field. The DB had his back turned and they're all over that. I had to make some adjustments to the guys up front because they're bringing so much pressure every play. And with us technically being on the road, bro, everything, it's just hostile territory. There's not much I can do. I have to sit back, be patient in the pocket, and get this ball off the best I can. Under center when I should be in the gun, but I'm gonna trust the play calling from my coach. But look at my star-studded receiver getting a step on this elite DB for Penn State, and he's gonna break a tackle after the catch, getting to the end zone. We put points on the board finally. And Tugel likes that look he has. He taps his helmet, lets me know he wants to go over the top, and if he has it, I'm gonna launch it. The DB's there, but I think he definitely has that step. As I get hit, it's in his hands, and once again, a huge play. And after big passes like that with the clock running, 2 timeouts, we're gonna run the ball here, and look at our RB1. RB2, as a matter of fact, taking off. With Penn State holding a 3-point lead, getting a touchdown here is crucial. I'm gonna take the snap here in the gun, survey things out. I have plenty of time. I gotta throw this one right over the linebacker's head. A huge catch. He dropped it though. In a situation like this is where I need my playmakers to step up, not drop passes. Throwing this one pretty much off my back foot straight in the coverage is gonna be a pick, and that's gonna be a costly one. I like Tug over the top, bro, over anything and anybody, but it's not there. But I also have my tight end running wide open in the free space. 2nd and 23, they hit me with intentional ground, and I wasn't outside the tackle box, even though I thought I was. Now trying to survey the field out, make a play here. I see a deep shot that I can take, trying to throw my guy open, and I do. Makes the catch. He's into the end zone for a touchdown as well. And that's really all we needed, was another guy to step up other than my boy Tug. He's been balling all season, been my #1 guy, Biletnikoff finalist, and now Demi Dimitri steps up and does his thing. With a 4-point lead, third quarter, we're about midway through. We have to stay strong and continue to move this ball. We can't get stagnant now. I got some speed coming across the field, trying to overthrow this linebacker. I do, gets right over his head, big play. We've been rotating backs all season due to the struggles of moving the ball on the ground, but we're going to continue to try to push that needle here in the national championship. Breaks the tackle, picks up some good yards. And it's been a heavy passing season for me. Taking off in the running game has not been my thing, but with all this space right here, I have no choice but to take off and dive my way into the end zone, getting tackled. As a matter of fact, that's a big time touchdown from the best QB in the country. Back in the red zone, just over a minute and a half left, and we have a 2-score lead. Putting any kind of points on the board will pretty much seal this game for us. They're expecting us to run, so a little play action here is definitely going to be very fooling, very deceitful for us. And look, wide open, got guys wide open. You want to stack the box, we going to take advantage of that every time. We ain't got no class, just BTA. Now all there's left to do is kneel this out and walk out of here victorious. A national championship for your boy has been obtained. Not only did I accomplish a goal I set out before I even came here to Georgia, we did it in blowout fashion. Words can't explain how I feel right now. As for the 5 goals that I set out at the beginning of my college career, as for that national championship, check that off the list. When it comes to the Heisman Trophy though, we couldn't quite get it, came in second in the voting this season. We failed that ultimately. For the most passing yards in the career for a Georgia Bulldog quarterback, we finished second just behind Aaron Murray. We beat out Stetson Bennett for the best completion percentage in a career with a minimum of 300 attempts with 66% compared to his 65. And I just edged out Aaron Murray for the most passing touchdowns in a career, his 121 compared to my 126. Finished things out with nearly 1,000 rushing yards, 13 rushing TDs, only 2 fumbles. That's pretty damn good for a quarterback if you ask me. Reggie Hudson, one of, if not the greatest quarterback in Georgia football history, sat his first season, the next 3 dominated, won a national championship as a senior. And when you dominate college football in that fashion and you conduct yourself like a pro on and off the field, that makes you the #1 pick, and teams will do whatever they possibly can to get their hands on you. And the team that literally threw all the chips on the table when it came to getting my dog, the Pittsburgh Steelers, came knocking. First pick, #1 overall. But just sit back and vibe. You're about to witness me play and simulate the first 10 years of his career, and we're going to see how our boy performs under that real pressure, being the #1 overall pick and trying to take over an organization that is known for good quarterback play. The practice leading up to my first start in the NFL, dog, I'm not gonna lie, my nerves are crazy right now. Usually throughout practice, I try to get the ball to all my receivers, but knowing that George is gonna be my go-to guy, I'm trying to feed him as much as possible. And I ain't gonna lie, that connection with that boy Pickles on a different level today. I know as long as I put it somewhere where he can catch it, he's gonna make the play every single time. But my priority this week and overall this season, my rookie year, is to protect the football. That's always the Achilles heel for a young guy. Y'all see QB1 coming up out the tunnel. Hold on now, but we got an elite or a really good defensive front, and then also got to deal with a solid, like a nasty secondary. Mac Jones is the QB1 of the Jets in this universe, which is crazy to me. We're not gonna fluster the rookie, getting things kicked off with our veteran running back and Najee Harris gonna hand that ball off. Go ahead and get busy, boy, trying to get to the outside. Why is the goalpost like kind of in the way? They need to completely remove that, but it's kind of like he in the spotlight. That's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. Dropping back our first throw of the NFL. Hold on, nice completion, cross the, okay. Pick that first down up. The play before this one, we just took a nasty sack. That's why 2nd and 22. But the reason I'm in franchise instead of superstar mode, because you have way more customization, and boom, hitting my dog across the middle. Pick up that first down, manhandling. Let's go. Along with George Pickens, boy, that boy Mike Williams could be a huge piece to this offense. We can make a lot of plays with him as well, but a huge open gap. I don't know why I'm running this ball, but I'm picking up the first, making the guy miss, breaking tackles. And now let's go, Najee. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but bro, the frame rate on this game right now is crazy. I don't know what mode my game is in, but it looks beautiful. Gonna take the quick and easy throw to Najee, and he got clapped. I'm not gonna lie, I set him up low key. I don't know who Session is at running back. He could be a real player, but I don't think that's even a real player. But we're gonna drop back from the gun right here, reading things out. Take the quick throw to my tight end, let him make up. Come on, man, take it nice and easy, real slow, real smooth. And CJ Mosley is hurt. Thank you. Why not keep throwing dimes, bro? I like this little bunch look over here. Could cause a lot of confusion, but I gotta watch out for Sauce and also Reed on the defensive side. I'm gonna take things nice and slow. I got a guy coming across. That's the worst pass. Bro, I don't know how that wasn't picked out, but that was the worst decision I could have made right there. I waited forever to throw that ball too. Next time around, I got to be more careful. We had to settle for 3. I don't like that. We marched all the way down the field. We got points, but I really wanted a touchdown out of that. But look at Najee getting busy. Bottom right, I see Sauce heating up. I got to be mindful, dog. I want to throw this corner route, bro, but I got to be careful because that man can make a play any given time. Got my receiver in stride. DB playing games. I can't want to get in position. Come on now. And I think as long as we can have a balanced attack, we're good. I'm probably not going to audible as much because this is my dog rookie season, so we gotta just go with coach is calling, picking up a first. Come on, bro, my RB1, he getting down, boy. And you can't forget Reggie Hudson is an improviser now. He can get loose up out that pocket here on 1st and goal. Is it 1st and 10? 1st and goal, taking off to the left. We're gonna try to pick up that touchdown. We do. That boy get his first touchdown of his NFL career. Gonna sit down, look around like, you know what time it is with him, baby. Let's go. Look at my dog running it in. He got hit though. I ain't gonna lie, he got hit up pretty nasty, but he got into that end zone. Who was that hit my dog like that? They double team my boy. A really successful, solid first half. I love to see it, and we're on the road, so you're playing in hostile territory, so this is really good for the rookie. 2nd and 4, gonna try to take it nice and easy, surveying out the field. Oh my gosh, bro, if he would have came across, look, I knew that was a bad pass. I threw that in the traffic. That was just a bonehead play, dog. The rookie's first interception of the season, of his career. That's nasty. And while they celebrating doing all of that, he just hopped over his head and did the most. I ain't gonna lie, that was clean. I can't lie. I would say just hand out to Najee the rest of the game and let him eat, and he got almost $150 in this game. I don't know how or why, but he is going off like never before. But a quick pass before getting hit, picking up the first. Let's go. It's 3rd and 5. Situations like this, I really want to pick up these first downs and just be a fantastic ball player like I am here, delivering the dime to Fryer Moo. What they say in the stadium every time he make a catch, moo, everything, and they booing him. Low key, that is kind of fire. Anytime you got a name, they got like a ooh at the end, the crowd just be going crazy with it. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try to look for something across the middle, maybe hit Pickens and see if he can turn this upfield. If not, we just gonna have to take a shot. They drop one, rush one. Trying to throw it across the middle. I see that boy in the end zone. He caught that. He dropped it. That was a beautiful ball, but it was a tough one for Mike Williams. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good ball, but it was tough. It was a tight window. A week 1 dub, 20-7 on the road for our new QB1. I don't know why he's the starting quarterback of this team, but it is what it is. But a big game. We played pretty decent, made some mistakes, a lot to improve going into week 2. How do we pair up against our week 1 matchup? Well, the quarterback rating, obviously Mac Jones took the dub there, but 6 completions on 11 attempts. We ran the ball a lot. Didn't throw for a touchdown, but we do have a pick. We took off 4 times, had 4 yards and a touchdown, so that was pretty solid. So we did score in our first time out. But how about Najee going off for $169 and a tub, almost 10 yards up, like per carry? Like what? So these last 3 weeks we simulated haven't been the best for our QB1 or the Steelers organization, period. 3 straight losses. In game 2, our QB1 threw for 234 yards. He did have a touchdown, his first touchdown pass to be exact, but he had 3 very ugly interceptions. 64% completion percentage, 20 of 31. He only got sacked 1 time, which is fantastic. The offensive line is doing their job. And Najee had nowhere near as close to the game that he did week 1. He went off for I think it was almost 200 yards, and this week only 46 on the ground. I'm not gonna lie, it's good to see other guys step up, but for Pickens to be here at 3rd, only 43 yards on the day, that's kind of surprising. And then following that week against the Ravens, he didn't throw any picks, which is a good sign. Only 111 yards passing, no touchdowns, really didn't do anything on the day. Najee just fell shy of 60 yards, which isn't bad, and we're the 2nd leading rusher with 9 rushing yards. Receiving, nobody did little to anything, bro. 33 yards, and that's Mike Williams. 25 yards from Fryer Moo. George Pickens once again, only 2 catches, 24 yards. I know he heated. Y'all know how he acts in real life. I know he going crazy. And then the following week after that against the Lions, 260 for 2 touchdowns, only sacked 3 times, 68% completion percentage. He's starting to heat up. I like to see this. Receiving wise, and Calvin Austin continuing to prove why he might be wide receiver 1 over Pickens. 88 yards on 5 catches, and my boy came in only 2. I'm so focused in on Pickens because I know he can be the dominant guy, bro. He can be our wide receiver 1, our franchise guy. He's just not showing it. So through his first 4 games in the NFL, Reggie has thrown for 731 passing yards, 4 total touchdowns, and 4 picks. Not bad, but we're looking to see how good the rookie can improve over the course of the entire season, going into this game against the Vikings next. Back on the road, you know, first play, we got to hand that ball off to RB1, taking off huge hole up front. The blocking looking solid. Empty set here on 1st and 10. She'll be handing the ball off again, but I want to get warmed up early and just get this ball out, trying to throw my receiver open. He got bumped. That got to be a PI. 3rd down, we need to pick up. Calvin Austin been a go-to guy in simulation, so going to him here, pick up the first. He does that. Let's get it. I'm actually call for the audible here. They loading the box a bit, and you know a successful run game is always going to open up the passing game a little bit. I got my dog deep up the field. I'm throwing that. I don't care. I'm launching that. He caught it. Pickens in stride. That's a touchdown. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared because the safety was hanging back kind of deep, but I trusted my dog arm, and he launched this one, bro. Oh my gosh. Beautiful ball in stride. Look at Humphrey trying to get back there and make a play. No, sir. That's to the crib. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to burn up and go crazy today. The last couple of games, 3 straight weeks, as a matter of fact, they done took losses. I need my dog to go off, man, trying to hit Calvin here, picking up another first. I'm not gonna lie, the offensive line play has been really solid up front. I can't even complain. Good screen, good blocks. Najee picking up a first, doing what he do, and he running through people's face. I want to take that shot to Pickens deep, but if I can get this safety to kind of go more towards the middle of the field, that'll be solid. So I'm gonna try to look him off a little bit. Look at him there. No, that's not there. We're going to go ahead and hit Fryer. Moo. Come on, baby. Najee got one more chance. He don't punch it in here and get this touchdown. We're going to be throwing to picking up another passing touchdown, and he ain't got nowhere to go. We do have a chance to pick up the first down, get a fresh set, but if we can score right here, I'm really looking for Wilson right here in the slot to come across the mid. He do win the route. Bang. Let's go. That's a touchdown. We in the end zone. Second half kicking off. Everybody's bunched up tight. Got to try to make a play and move this ball up the field. They low-key been trying to cook a little bit. Know where to really get rid of this ball too. Got to throw it away. We get it off just in time. I'm really just trying to do my best not to throw the ball and just be oblivious to the coverage, bro. Because I ain't going to lie. I ain't the best quarterback out there. And one thing for certain, I know y'all in the comments, y'all don't give me no grace. Y'all be like, oh, you don't see this and you ain't see that. And you should have. It's easy for y'all to say when you're not actually playing, bro. So just chill. 39 situation, one high safety. I really want to try to take Najee over the top, but if I got Calvin on his corner, that'll be solid too if he can win. I think they're in some kind of zone, maybe man trying to hit him across the middle. Bang, come on, baby, picking up the first. Some of y'all even be saying, oh, he dropping back too quick. I'm gonna need some real quarterback tips and pointers in the comments. I know y'all gonna be quick to let me know. Y'all be quick to roast me and get on my head, but y'all don't really tell me how I can improve. And look at Najee going crazy. Hold on. I ain't gonna lie, our O-line is making slight work of this defensive front. They handling business. Got my guy coming in motion, finna handle some off to Najee. Come on, move, get a good block on that edge. Everything's pretty sewn up. We need that first down. You got to pick that up. All right, man, 4th quarter, we need to march down the field. Another score put us in good position, so we need to go ahead and handle business. They got coming out the edge kind of hot. I want to hit him, but I'm gonna take off and just get what I can. Not being able to move the ball right now kind of ugly, bro. They getting back here. I gotta just take my time, survey it out. I'm just have to hit Najee underneath, pick up what we can. Come on, bro. Gotta do something. Gotta make it shake some way, somehow. Bro, why his name is Fryer Muth? Why I thought it was Fryer Moo? It's Muth, bro. I am crazy trying to hit him on the outside though. Got 2 guys over there, but he got that slight step picking. Oh my gosh, he taking off. Let's go. We at the 25, I believe. Y'all see the stats on the day. 12 for 18, 224, 2 tubs. That boy is balling right now. Look at him. Beautiful throwing motion too. That boy got that stroke. Najee just got hit for a negative -1 yard run. So 3rd and long for us here. Gonna try to survey it out. Of course, our trusty tight end. I thought he made that catch. We overthrew it just by a little, but I think we can get a field goal out of this. 7 yards out. The game is pretty much over, but if Najee can kill the clock, but also maybe even get in here for a touchdown, that'll be fantastic. Get to the edge, blocking is solid up front and on the outside, and he does that. Puts this game completely out of reach. We're gonna walk out of here with the dub, baby. Week 5 matchup. Look how the QBs stack up and compare. Of course, Reggie Hudson, our QB1, go off for a pretty solid day. 224, 2 tubs, no picks. Beautiful game. Taking a look at our #1 target for the day. Fryer Muth goes off for 82 yards, 23 on average, 3 catches. George had one. He had that huge play, that one huge catch in the beginning of the game, and then Calvin Austin and the rest of the guys. But hold on, through the simulation on 3 consecutive losses, bounced back with 3 consecutive dubs, and they fell short against the Packers by 3 points. We finna go through these performances though. Taking a dub against the Browns, 169 through the air, 1 touchdown. Seeing how he stacked up against Jameis Winston, man. That boy J-Bo, we love him, dog. You know he been going crazy with his whole media career, kind of posting the field. He ain't retired yet, but still, he going crazy. Najee also did his thing, 21 carries, 92 yards. Love to see that. And our boy Reggie Hud go off 4 carries, 12 yards, nothing major. Receiving wise, we still have yet to have a receiver go over 100 yards. Kind of still spreading that ball out a bit. Roman Wilson, 65 yards. Van Jefferson, 61. And then everybody else kind of did what they did. But a 40-14 just absolute massacre against New England. I'm intrigued to see how this game played out. What the stats gonna be like. Okay, so I'm thinking he would have had way more passing yards than this, but it's still a successful performance. Stacking up against Drake May, my dog had 3 of them things. Only sacked once, no picks too. Solid performance throwing the ball. And there we go. Najee got him 2 touchdowns, went out for $125. Solid. Still trying to spread the ball out a decent bit. Calvin Austin, 78 yards. George Pickens, 47. Everybody else kind of pitched in and did what they had to do. But bro, Calvin Austin been stepping up. I gotta check his overall stats for the season. He's been doing his thing. But here in this tight one, 35-38, could have strung together 4 consecutive wins, like barely losing to Jordan Love and the Packers. And look at this duel that they had. 381 from Jordan Love, 300 from our boy. Jordan Love had 2 picks on the day, but he did have 4 touchdowns. We had 1 with 2 tubs. Najee having another like just stellar game, $122 on the ground with another 2 touchdowns. And finally, we got a receiver to go off for 100 plus yards in the game. And look who it is with $174, 174 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm talking about. And we're not going to sleep on Van Jefferson like he ain't stepping up, having some pretty decent games too. He wasn't even a top 3 leading receiver, I think, through the first 6 or 7 games. Now he's like top 2, top 3 every week so far. So through the last 4 weeks, our boy improved greatly. 885 total passing yards, 8 touchdowns, only 1 pick. A huge leap forward from the first quarter of the season, looking really solid. Now we got to see how he stacks up against Josh Allen and the Bills. I don't know what I was thinking when I chose this uni combo. I just wanted like white on white because they don't have any current white pants, but these look horrible. I'm not gonna lie. It's like eggshell or milk or something. I don't know what that is. At this point, it seems like every time we check in to play a game, we on the road. Like, can I get 1 home game, please? Across the middle. I thought that was an interception. He could have jumped that easy. I don't know what's up with all these empty sets. I mean, I don't mind. I get to throw the rock, but man, put Najee back here. He a threat when he back here, dog. That's a terrible read. I could have threw that way earlier, but we do pick up the first. Not gonna lie, 1 high safety. I got Najee going up the field and Pickens. I'm finna low-key just air it out to my dog, give him a chance to go up there and get it one-on-one. Come on, make that catch and it's batted down. I ain't gonna lie, that was a risky throw, but I want to see if my boy could do it. 3rd and 8, we go empty again. Najee packed in tight. Van Jefferson right here. I'm really looking for him across the middle. These safeties gonna drop. We'll try to put this in right down the knee. Bang, he may have to dive for it, but that's a great catch. Good pass by me too. Don't forget, Hud is an improviser, so anytime we see any kind of space, we can take off, pick that up with our legs at any given moment. That's a solid block, picking up the first and some. If we can continue to take off with little runs like that, 5, 8, 10 yards a pop, I definitely think we should start tracking his rushing yards. I've really been focusing on, oh my God, speaking of rushing yards, bro, I had to stop my whole train of thought. My dog just bullied his way into the end zone for the tub. Defense gave up a touchdown on the first possession for the Bills. This time around, they hold it down. So we're going to try to make something happen here, put some points on the board ourselves. I literally watched that that linebacker the whole time and still threw that ball. That could have been ugly. 2 minutes left. We can score before the half. That'll be solid, especially if we can go in with the lead. I'm dropping back extremely deep, but I see my dog up the field. Big pick. He's going to fight his way down to the 2-yard line. Let's go. Yeah, I know it's only right we hand that off to the man of the hour right here. Hold on. Walk that thing in, Najee. Easy touchdown. We get it in. Got the lead. Hopefully our defense can hold it down the rest of this first half, and then we go in with the lead. That's solid. I got a really bad tendency and habit to drop back so deep. I need to just be cool and step up in the pocket. I see that all the time in the comments. Some step up. I see, look, I can't get the ball off. I'm getting hit. Like, bro, I'm not tripping, bro. The deeper you drop back, just the more time and space you have to get rid of the ball. I see pick out there wide open. Toe tap. Let's go. I'm trying my best not to roll out to my right with a left-handed quarterback. Like, it's such a bad habit, and I'm gonna throw this to my guy out here. Great catch. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's my dog, man. Austin going crazy. He been balling all season. Pick my boy Van Jefferson good. It's something about Calvin Austin, bro. He just been balling. I really want to hit him over the top. I really want to just lob a ball up to him. Nope, it ain't there. That ain't there at all. But I do have my dog right here. Get out of bounds. It's Van Jefferson making a good catch. Right now, we're in such a good rhythm. I don't even want to run the ball. I just want to pass it all day long. Look at that. Look at that. Bang. That's a catch. Get out of bounds. Let's go, baby. But this close out, I have to reward my #1 guy, bro. He been balling, setting us up good. He the reason why our passing threat is just so lethal right now. They scared of the run. Passed it up the field all the way. Then we get him to walk it in for a touchdown. Come on, bro. That's how we do it. Perfectly executed drive. Got my ability activated, getting a touchdown in this possession to set us up good. We go up, 2 scores? That'll put us in a perfect position, taking all the quick and easy throws possible, picking up first down after first down, chunk yardage after chunk yardage, play after play. Why my dog leaning? Get up. My boy all bent over, like huffing and puffing, like, bro, you ain't even get hit that hard. He too big to be acting like that, bro. Go and get up. Hold on. Fryer moves. Oh my gosh, just beautiful. And I don't know if y'all just hear that outside, but my neighbors moving, they going crazy. I don't know what's going on, but I know we just scored. Let's us go up 2 scores. 14-point lead, just under a minute and a half left in this game, bro. The game is over with. We sealed it up. Another win, a big win this time around, though, against a really tough opponent. Look at Najee. Bro, calm down. The game is over with. Just get down. Blowout win against them boys. We ended up putting up another touchdown on the day. Had to pad the stats just a little bit, especially while I'm in control, but a great dub against the Bills this week. Look at our QB1, man, celebrating with his guys. It's a beautiful thing to see, just throwing bombs, dot after dot, protecting the football, just going crazy, doing everything it takes to get a dub. Stacking up compared to Josh Allen, 17 of 25, 251 through the air, 68% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no picks thrown by either quarterback, a really solid day. Najee went for 80 yards and 3 touchdowns. Every time we got into the end zone, look, I could be real selfish and throwing quick passes, trying to pad the stats for real, but really handing it off, kind of keeping it on point, just showing him some love, because I ain't gonna lie, when he eating, this set up the pass game so good. And then receiving, once again, my dog George Pickens going off for another 100 yards, only on 4 receptions. Like every time I hit him, it's a big splash play. He be going crazy, but he do got a drop on the day. I don't like that. So Reggie and the guys ended up finishing with a record of 10-7, finishing 2nd in the AFC North and 7th overall in the conference. The Bills ended up winning the Super Bowl, but the thing I'm most shocked about, bro, before we take a look at how the playoffs played out for the Steelers, because they did make it into a wild card game, and I think they advanced, but before all of that, Offensive Rookie of the Year does not go to our guy, but Dalton Whitaker. We got to go check out his stats and compare. So after the win over the Bills, we ended up securing 2 more dubs against the Broncos and the Browns. Then we fall to the Ravens. Pretty close loss too. I'm surprised they hung in so well. I ain't gonna lie. Take another dub against the Bengals. And yeah, they go through another 3 in a row against the Bengals, Seahawks, and Dolphins, then 2 back-to-back L's to cap out the season. And then in the playoffs in the wild card, they handle up against the Chiefs, get the dub. They fall short to the Bills, the team we just beat last before simulation. Then the Bills made it all the way to the Super Bowl to lose by 4 to the Bucks. So before we can compare our stats to the actual Offensive Rookie of the Year, even though I think it should have been us, looking at what my dog did, 3,700 passing yards, 23 passing touchdowns, 13 ugly interceptions, 64% completion percentage, and then y'all see the rest of the stats. Well, there's no argument here. Buddy had 4. Yo, this dude won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I see why. 4,500 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 picks, 68. Bro, what? But these AIs and these bots be balling out of control. This is just absurd, dog. On the ground, though, nothing crazy. I really didn't care to track this, but I mean, 3 touchdowns coming from the ground, 63 rush attempts on 272 yards. Not bad, and no fumbles. And then we almost had 2 receivers go off for over a stat. Calvin Austin was amazing this season with 4 touchdowns. George Pickens went off. He had 7 for the year, and everybody else just kind of followed suit. But this was a pretty solid year for my guys. Looking to improve going into year 2, but on the right-hand side, if you can see that Russ is retiring, and so is Cam Hayward. So we're losing 2 guys. I mean, not really worried about Russ because we got our QB1, but losing a really pivotal defensive piece. Year 2, we're playing nothing but home games. Y'all see we got an away game here. We got 1 home we finna play against the Browns, but then 3 consecutive away. We're not touching none of those. But week 1, my dog does step up, get the dub, throwing for $150. Nothing crazy, real slight. Got a touchdown on the day, pretty solid. Then receiving, George Pickens was wide receiver 1 for the day, 3 receptions, 55 yards. Fire Move did his thing, and then Roman Wilson. Well, hold on, what my dog at? Did we get rid of my boy? In the offseason, I think we got rid of Calvin Austin. No way. Starting the season off 1-0, really solid. Handing that thing off to Najee to get it kicked off. And of course, he's going to do his thing every time. That's just the way to go. Continue to feed that beast, bro. Let him eat. It's going to set up the run really good. Look at Myles Garrett getting his set. I don't know what he just did, but if you go back and look at what he was just doing to set that up, like to get in his stance, it looks so weird. Trying to air it out. 3rd and 8, we need to pick up this first, but I got to watch out for Denzel Ward. He is a dog of a corner. And of course, look at my wide receiver 1. Oh my gosh, I overthrew that. How? You didn't even lock anything up. You actually got killed. That was just a bad pass. Not gonna lie, completely sold. I don't know how I threw a bad pass right there. It was a clean pocket for the most part. I don't know if I got hit or what, but that was just lame. Like, I gotta make that throw, bro. We gotta do better. But we pick up 9 yards on this one. 8. Not gonna lie, Najee, you ain't touching the ball this whole drive. I gotta make up for that, bro. I got something to prove, because there's no way I completely butcher that pass like that. Gotta move out here, make that catch, get upfield, picking up the first. Got my ability activated. That's dot, so I should be able to throw nothing but absolute dot, nothing but dots. And look at Ward right there trying to make a play. No, sir. I see 54. If he drops, I may take off depending on what they do on his left side. He flaring out. Finna just take off. Finna take off. Should have waited for my block. Hold on. Try to air this one out towards the end of that. He got hit. That was a bad play. I should have just took off with my legs. But they get called for offsides. We needed that. Appreciate that, Grant. Okay, I lied. I said we weren't going to hand the ball off at all, but we need to run the ball a bit. That'll set the pass up a little bit more. Even though we're trying to score before the half, killing as much clock as possible will be good, but he's chewing up all the field. Let's go. I just need a little bit of time in the pocket. Blocks up front are solid. I see my receiver wide open. That's an absolute dive. It was a little high, but he made the catch. That's a touchdown to cap off this first half. Somehow Cleveland went down and scored and left us 30 seconds to spare. No other choice but to try and air it out. We'll pick it. I'm really trying. Oh my gosh, he's wide open to the crib. That got to be to the house. That got to be to the. Oh, I overthrew it again. All right, so we pop back out here. Second half, middle of the field is looking too sweet. There we go. Quick and easy. Let's get it started. Let's start this half off the right way. I don't know how, but this ability is still activated, I guess. Oh, it's taking no sacks. So you don't take no sacks. You get to keep your ability. That's actually kind of fire. Taking off to my right. He hot on my trail, trying to throw my guy open, throwing to my right, left-handed. Come on, pick. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie. Hot riding George on a go route every time, every single time. The safety he bit down too. Bit down, one man, 1v1 pick, go get it, pick. Oh my, I always overthrow it. What's up with this man and overthrowing balls? Something about our deep ball accuracy is just not there, bro. I'm setting my feet in the pocket and everything, and I'm getting sacked on this one, bro. See, man, we falling apart, bro. Like, it's always those overthrown passes. Stop celebrating. It's one little sack. Calm down. Trying to learn how to adjust my protection. I guess I should slide him to the left a little bit. I am left-handed. I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with it, but it does help. Slide over. Oh my gosh, off the back end pressure. I just got doubled. Good God, I just got whacked. Oh my gosh. All right, man, it's fourth quarter. We threw a pick on the last possession. Y'all ain't see it, but I saw it and it was ugly. I'm not gonna lie. So we got to march down the field and try to win this game, bro. Nowhere to really get the ball rid of too. So we're gonna try to take off. You know, dog to pick up a block here, get out of bounds, try to protect our body some way, somehow. I'm sick because we have yet, or at least since the first half of the first quarter, to put together a really solid drive. Just try to dink and dunk our way down the field, but eventually we got to take a shot. Just got to stay calm, cool, and collected, man. You know, I got to calm down and lock in. Let's go. They only rush 4 or rush 5 here. I got my guy sit down. That was a terrible late throw. What the fuck? Come on. They got us off the field in the last possession. Now we're the new after they pick up a field goal, bruh. I don't know what it is. We just got to, I got to execute. That's all it is. Najee picking up the first. Come on, 2 minutes left, 1st and 10. We got to push this ball down the field. We got to push it, and I'm getting straight pressure. Break the sack, though. Got my dog wide open, on the run. Big dive. Get out of bounds. We need to stop this clock. Do something. Down here to the 18-yard line, a field goal won't do it. Probably would have last possession if I didn't turn it over and allow them to go down and get points, but this time around, we got to make something happen ourselves. Getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, picking up some yards, nice and easy. I got to take a deep breath. Remain calm. I'm really looking for Fryermuth in the back to the right, but I'm not going to force it. Got to watch that. Look at Ward. He banging out. Look at Ward. He adjusting. Here we go. Read things out. Make the right decision. What? He just got thrown completely off his route, but trying to throw one of my guys open and it's too low. Come on, 3rd and 8. Got to convert. Got to score. Got to do something here with the ball. I see him. There it go. Bang. Right in the end zone. Boom. That's a touchdown, dog. To my number 1 receiver, Pickens. Let's get it. And if you can see over here to my right, Minkah Fitzpatrick gets a pick 6 to the crib. That should seal it up for sure. And even if they score or not, we get the ball back, kneel it out, it's over. Well, Cleveland got the ball back, went down and scored themselves. So it went from being a tie game to we had the lead to now it's a tie game again. So now we got to try and push this ball down the field once again. I got my boy up the field, make the catch. Somehow we need to stop the clock. We got 3 timeouts. We good. A 55-yard field goal. I would check in and do this myself, but I refuse to kick that. I'm going to let the CPU do it. If he make it, he make it. If he don't, we going to overtime. I don't know how he did it, but a 55-yard field goal ends in success. We get the dub. These kickers these days just be feeling different. That boy out here like he Justin Tucker or something. Let's go. Hold on. 5 consecutive wins. We did play the one against the Browns, but then you go 3 more consecutive dubs on the road against the Ravens and the Texans. We ain't really too focused on the Saints, but dog, this is crazy. We got to check these stats. Against the Texans, dueled it out with CJ Stroud. He did put up 257, 2 tubs, but 2 picks. Don't like to see that early in the season, but nonetheless, they got the dub. Najee's role was minor, but my boy, hold on, 6 rushes, 22 yards, and he did have a touchdown on the ground. I still hate we got rid of Calvin Austin, but nonetheless, though, Pick stepping up, 10 catches, a $126 with a tub, and also Roman Wilson stepping up in his wide receiver 2 role, I would say, with 76 yards and a touchdown as well. Going head to head with my goal in real life, my favorite player, my favorite team. Shout out to the Ravens, but we do get a dub over them as well. Reggie went off, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, threw for less yards, but he was way more efficient, just putting the ball into the end zone. You love to see that. And then in game 5 against the Saints, a 14-point win, 200 yards, 2 tubs, no picks, got sacked once, bro. Beautiful game, solid. Just simple. Keep it simple, get the dub. Bro, Najee, he might be creeping up on 2 bands, like anywhere from 16 to 1,800 yards, maybe even 2,000 if you have another few breakout games, but another 90+ yard performance. Number 1 receiver for this game against the Saints, though, Ross Wilson, a creative player, 79 yards, 7 receptions, pick right behind him, Roman Wilson coming in at 3rd. 5 consecutive wins, trying to make it 6. We got the Jaguars this week back at the crib. Let's tap into this one and try to get this dub. Only right we get things kicked off, handing that ball out to my boy, blocking up front. I just seen somebody get absolutely bulldozed up front. My old line don't play. But 3rd and 7, we need to convert here within striking distance, getting the score up on the board to be solid. Out route. Hold on, I see him out route. Put some pressure on. That's a catch. No, he out of bounds. Come on, bro. That's a good ball. He had to catch that. So now starting this drive off where we ended it last time, we got the field goal. Now back, we're literally in good position. Look, Pickens in the back. That's too easy. I seen that from the jump. I already knew what it was. As soon as I seen him and I seen that was safety up high by itself in the corner didn't trail, it was over with. But the Jags answer right back. It's gonna be a busy second half for sure. Up 3 points. We don't have to really push this or force it, but I think I want to, because I want to put points on the board. Nowhere to get rid of this ball to. Just go ahead and dump it off and I get hit. Oh my gosh. Let me know down below in the comments, do I bail too early? I feel like sometimes I sit in the pocket too long. Like, I'm gonna sit here, I can step up, look like they blitzing a little bit. Oh my gosh, I had my boy Fryer move coming right across the middle open, and now coach don't want to pass the ball. I could obviously pass it if I want to, but trying to go with more of a, like, you know, a realistic flow and just run what coach called. But and I wanted to go for it and just push it down the field. 2nd and 10, we got ball first here to start the second half. We finna push this ball upfield, bro. We finna march down the field and make something happen. Blocking up front is solid. Got my boy, I'm on the run. I'm on the run. Accurate dots on the run. Hand this one out to Najee. Try to set up the pass a little bit better. We've been kind of shying away from the run game, even though it's been like really our strong suit to start the season and last year. One thing I struggle with as a quarterback though is going through my progressions. Like, who do I read first? Do I read the quick routes, the deep ball? Like, do I look for my check down? Like, what is it? Where do I look to first? But I know I see my guy right here. That's where I'm looking. That's where I'm looking. First down, let's go. But back to my progressions. Do I go left to right, right to left? My strong arm side, weaker. Like, I don't know where to look first, but trying to survey this out. Who we got? Who we got? I love this route by Pick. I love it. Anytime I see Pick with a one-on-one, he was out of bounds? No way. See, even in a situation like that, I think I need to throw that ball a little bit earlier, anticipate him getting open and kind of like not throw him open, but put it in a place where once he makes that break on this route, it's right there where it needs to be. Here we go, 3rd and 10. I need to pick up this first. I want to take off my legs if possible, try to hit move, and I'm getting hit. What they calling? Please be on them, because bro, like, I had an open receiver and I had little to no time, and they call holding. This over. All right, I was tripping. Obviously 3rd down, we get the penalty. That's just gonna make it 3rd and extremely long, so we still could be in field goal distance. I got him. We got him. What they calling? Another holding call? Did he catch that too? What are they calling? It's holding again. You cannot be serious. Oh no, it's roughing the passer. That's on us. No, I mean, that's on them, but it's our touchdown. Decline. Let's go. We got that. Let's get it. 7-point lead as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. We still applying pressure though. We're not trying to give them no room to literally do nothing. We trying to march down the field, put points on the board. Great diving catch from my RB, wide receiver. I'm tripping. I had RB on my mind because I'm gonna hand that thing off to my RB1. Najee, cut up, boy. Get upfield. Get upfield. Give us at least 5 on this one. Good blocking. He couldn't do nothing with that. The interior blocking was bad on that play, ain't gonna lie. But when in simulation, he want to go crazy and chew up the field and just eat and go. You know what I'm saying? He want to wild out and go for 90 or 100 yards. But when I'm handing him the ball off, while I actually need him, he don't want to do nothing. Taking out to my right, opening up to the wrong side. I got to throw this ball away. He on my trail, and we getting hit. We getting sacked for a loss. All right, 3rd and 14. Up front, we need some good protection. I'm gonna drop back. Read things out. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Right over his head. Bang. That's a catch. But if he caught that in stride, he probably could have rolled that to the house. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. Gonna try to drop to my right a bit. He trailing my receiver. The safety's there. Oh my gosh. Thank you. The multiple contact right there to save me. Wait, he caught that? Hold on, bro. Ross Wilson, who is a creative player, by the way, an AI generated player, bro. He been coming through today. He been like my #1 target, but to catch this off this, bro, I thought this was picked off. I thought this ball was picked off, and he came through and caught that, putting us on the 20-yard line. And it's crazy because I was confused. I'm like, Wilson. No, it's only one Wilson on the team. No, it's 2 Wilsons. It's Ross Wilson, which is created, then Roman Wilson, who's actually on the roster. Let's go, Najee. Cut up and get 10. And speaking of Roman Wilson, he just got hurt. PCL sprain will not be be able to return this game. Come on, that's one of my guys. I ain't been going to him much, but he's still one of our like top guys. I wouldn't say a touchdown here to seal it up, but it'll definitely put us in an untouchable position. We need to go ahead and score play action, rolling out to my right as a left-handed quarterback. You know who it's going to, man. Big pick. That's a touchdown, baby. Another one on the board. This game might be sealed up. Our boy Hood had a really solid day. 12 for 21, 224, 57% completion percentage, but 4 touchdowns through the air. Beautiful game. Receiving wise, Ross Wilson came through in the clutch a lot, especially on third down today. 58 yards with a tub. Pick went off. 82 yards receiving, 2 major touchdowns, and of course, before he went down with a PCL sprain, 3 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown for Roman. So I simulated a couple of weeks, and this what y'all do? This is how y'all pay me back. We went from 6 consecutive wins to 5 straight losses is just a bit. That is crazy. In the loss against the Colts, Reggie threw for 296, a touchdown, 1 pick. Oh my gosh. Najee had 84 yards rushing. And then on the receiving side, pretty solid from the guys, but we take a loss, dog. 3-point loss against the Chargers. And in this one, a pretty even matchup, but Herbert did throw for 3 touchdowns. Our boy only had 1. Najee had another solid game with 8 rushing attempts, 111 yards rushing. We had 8 attempts, not 39 rushing yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Look at Pick doing what he do. 9 receptions, 101 yards. Then Ross, he followed up and went crazy. Had a solid game. Roman's back from injury. I thought he would have been out the rest of the season, but he ain't really do too much anyway. Najee ain't do a lick of nothing on the ground. Goodness gracious. I ain't go off for nothing, but bro, the rushing attack in this one was just non-existent. Bruh, Pick is trying to go crazy this season. Without old boy showing him up, he been stepping up, having some pretty solid performance. 11 for $118 with a tub, and then Roman had a touchdown. Bro, another 3. Bro, what is it about us losing by? That's how you know we producing, we getting it done offensively, but we just falling short. Another 3-point loss. And thank you. I've been waiting to see this. I ain't know if it was gonna come or not, but that sounded crazy. Pause. That sounded crazy. But 361 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no picks. It's crazy. Ross Wilson came in, I think, the same year I did last season. I guess he was on the team, didn't get no PT, but now he getting some burning. That boy had 106 for a tub leading the team, and then Pickens came down here 65 yards, and Roman did his thing as well. Najee had 67 and a tub. So we went from being potentially the hottest team in the NFL to just a nasty streak. From 6-0 to now barely being over 500 is wild. But we got a game against the Bengals next, back at the crib. Final game we're gonna check in this season. Let's try to break this losing streak. To no surprise, Joe Burrow and his offense marched down the field in their first possession, get points on the board. Yeah, I'm trying to do the same. Cut up Najee, go and set us up with something nice. Empty set, middle of the field is looking naked. We do have 5 split wide, so that makes a lot of sense. Throwing this one right here, boom. Quick little pickup. Roman, let's get it. They saying them snow games, you want to keep the ball on the ground. I'm trying to air it out, but I'm going to hand this one off to Najee, keep it nice and simple. And we got these throwback socks, so I'm not going to lie, I need to bring these back out. They look so clean, especially like how they like low cut right here. This fire. Low key, I'm looking for pick or roam to go deep, and I'm going to just launch it, but they do have 2 high safeties and they both drop, so I need to look something more towards the middle of the field. I'm getting hawked down by a big boy. I got to throw this one away. He on my trail. He still, hold on, ref, he just hit me. Got a call, I throw that flag. 3rd and 3, quick out from one of these boys, either Darnell Washington or Fryer Moon on this one. Got my boys going out, move, big, bro, how do I be out? Like, how do I do that? And I'm at home, so I'm not being rattled. It's not home field advantage on their end. Like, how am I not making these throws? And then they start us off on this possession all the way back on our own 2-yard line. That's ugly. I'm not gonna lie. And Najee getting hit. Come on, no game. Coach put us out here, had a run because we're on our own 2. I ain't gonna lie. I'm taking a risk for a sack or slash safety. I don't care. I'm picking up this first down. Hit him. Open, make the catch. Can he fall for it to get the first? 1 yard short. We got to go for that. I have more than enough trust and faith in Najee for him to pick up 1 yard. There he goes. Picks it up, and a little bit more. There we go. Fresh set of downs. Let's keep this drive going. Then after an intentional grounding call, we get hit with a 3rd and 23, extremely long. We got to pick this up some way, somehow. Do I have a wide open guy up the field and I almost missed him? I should have threw that way earlier. That's on me. He was wide open for so long. So now we scrambling, trying to make something happen. Joe Burrow and his guys then went down and put up another touchdown to go up 2 scores. We're trying to make something happen, cross the middle of the field. I wish he would get out of bounds, turning it upfield, breaking the tackle. Yes, sir. That boy Rome cutting up crazy. I'm telling you, I got Pickens on the corner. If this safety doesn't get back in time, or this corner sits like they're in some kind of cover 2, which I'm expecting, I'm throwing this. Throwing his back in the end zone. As soon as he come off the break, oh man, he was right there. That's me. I'm about to try my absolute best to just slowly and surely go through all of my progressions. Do I see anything? Anybody open? Not really. And Pitt gets bumped all throughout his route. We got to settle for 3. Fryermuth just went down with a high ankle sprain, and Darnell Washington just subbed in. He's a solid backup, but we need Big Moo out here, man. That's my dog, man. He be making plays, but we still gonna make plays whether in the game or not. Big pickup, first down. But once this game, we're starting to put together a solid drive, a scoring-worthy drive. Just can't turn it over or really put the ball in harm's way whatsoever. Got to make all the right reads, taking quick and easy, just slow it down a bit. But then also at the big pickup, certain situations, I got to know when to go with the run and just trust Najee to make plays like he's been doing since my rookie year. And there he goes again, big splash play, walking in for the touchdown. He's doing more than splashing. He just out there swimming. Let's go. Defense, when it got to stop, we can't let it go in vain. We have to keep this drive going, bro. We got to put some points on the board. Hopefully a touchdown. If we got to settle for the field goal, whoa, I got tongue tied right there. Looking back across the field, we're not making that throw, not in a million years. What am I doing out here? I'm selling. Let's go, 3rd and 5. I'm looking for Rome on this corner. Corner's gonna drop. He get hit. Put hands on him a bit. Sideline catch. Can he hold on to that? He did. That's a first, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He been stepping up balling today. I just got a really bad tendency of staring down and kind of like keying in on one receiver post snap, and then it just kind of screws me throughout the rest of the play. I got to break out of that. Defense is going out there getting stop after stop, and I'm selling every single possession. But for me, my receivers are getting bumped like every single time they go across the middle of the field. They're bumping into somebody. But this is where we step up and earn our stripes. In situations like this, down 3, we could get the field goal, but we finna put some touchdowns on the board. We finna put some points on the board. Get out of bounds, stop that clock. I'm hungry for the big moment, bro. I want to hit pick over the top, but I cannot get greedy. Pay attention, eyes open. I see what's there. I'm gonna hit my dog in stride. Get upfield. There you go. Get upfield, get out of bounds, stop that clock. Let's go. We hear Najee or Hardesty coming out of the backfield. I ain't even looking at nobody else. Swinging out, Najee wide, get upfield, get in the end zone. Don't stop, fall forward. That's a touchdown, baby. I told you, this is the moment I'm made for it. Let's get it. A 4-point win over Joe Burrow and his Bengals. Not gonna lie, I was scared for my life. We failed to do anything for so many possessions when the defense was balling, but we get the job done. Got Joe Burrow over there sick in the snow. In the snow game, come on. So we snapped the losing streak, 201 throwing through the air, 1 touchdown, solid day. And even though Rome didn't have a touchdown, he came through in the clutch, 91 very important yards, a lot of big catches coming through in the clutch for us, and a lot of crazy situations, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Hud and the fellas finished with an 11-6 record, a slight improvement over last season, a 1-game difference if I'm not mistaken, but they finished out after the Bengals game, a win over the Bucks, a loss versus the Falcons, 1 win against the Ravens, and then also against the Titans. In a 10-point win over the Bucks, 148. Once again, no passing touchdowns. You hate to see that from our number 1 guy. Then in a 1-point loss against the Falcons, dueled it out with Michael Penix. He did go for 267, 2 touchdowns on the day, that's solid, and a pick. Then Fryermuth had a touchdown with 83 yards on the day, 10 catches. He was our number 1 guy in this one, pick, and the rest of the guys kind of fell in line. But then one from Hardesty picked up a passing touchdown, 1 for 7 yards, so they had to be pretty close out. Then once again, duking it out with Lamar, 247 for my dog on the other side, but 213 from our QB1 with a touchdown and a 3-point win. Pick is kind of falling off from where he was to kind of kick off the season. You hate to see that, but Roman stepping up, he kind of did his thing, and then Ross Wilson had a touchdown. And then last but certainly not least, a 2-score win over the Titans, battling out with Will Levis. Okay, Will Levis, I thought he'd have been going off that team by now, year 2 of the sim, or year 2 like of this career, but 2 touchdowns, no picks. Nice. Damn, hold on. Najee went out for 18 rushes, a $147, 8.2 on average, and 2 touchdowns. And he didn't fumble the ball. That, I ain't gonna lie, he'd been probably one of our greatest assets. Having a solid running game makes all the difference. But as soon as I start talking down on his name, look what he does. 9 catches, just fell short of 100 yards receiving, 10.8 on average, 2 touchdowns. But overall, they put together a really solid year, a little bit better, like a step or a win improvement over last year. If they didn't go on this nasty losing streak, could have definitely probably won the division. But check out the wild card, bro. Finishing out the regular season, beating the Ravens, come back, beat them again, but then make it to the divisional game and then lose by 3 points to the Jets. We have to check the scores of those games. In that win against the Ravens, once again, Lamar somewhat outperforms our QB1, but still getting the dub. 169, a touchdown, and an interception. Bro, am I tripping? Hold on. I know this is besides the point. I ain't never in my life, never seen a player on Madden wear a beanie in a like profile. I ain't never seen that before, bro. Beanie is crazy. But Najee had a day though. We got a dub in this one. Yeah, we did get a dub in this one. Najee had 15 carries, $124 in the tub. And look at the AI, bro, stepping up with like the creative player Ross Wilson. He gets one, then everybody else just kind of fell in line, little to like no existence whatsoever. But in this 3-point loss to the Jets, bro, Mac Jones had 5 touchdowns. He threw for 2 picks, so he kind of made up for it in a sense. But bro, come on, we can't have this. We cannot have this. 238. 2 tubs, but another 2 interceptions. You can't do that. Receiving wise, Roman did go off, $109. He caught both of the touchdowns. Nobody else really showed up for the most part, but for my dog to fall short like that in a divisional game, he's like, he can't get over that hump. He makes it to the playoffs, but he can't advance to that conference championship. Checking out the stats for the season though, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Reggie balled though. Another year he throws for 3,700 yards. I believe he did last season as well. A little bit more this year, but come on, bro. 31-5, 70% completion percentage. He going crazy. Well, I wouldn't say he going crazy. 70 is nice. It's just a nice improvement from last season. It's not the best, not the greatest, but it's solid. Najee once again goes for over 1,000 yards. A slight drop from last season. I think he had nearly 1,500 last season, but another 1,300 rushing yards with 14 touchdowns, no fumbles. You cannot be mad at that. And then in year 2, we finally get a guy to go off over 1,000 yards, picked with 1,110 touchdowns. To me, that's a Pro Bowl type season, maybe even an All-Pro season. Then we got Roman going off 800. And then also Ross with another 8. So that's really, really solid, spreading that ball around. Well, no Pro Bowl, All Pro, and nothing like that. No specialty honors. I don't even know if we were like a runner-up to anything. Just a really solid season, a pretty decent record. Just hoping that year 3 can be a lot better. Pro Bowl, All Pro selection, maybe even touch that Super Bowl or at least the championship game. It's year 3, and from the jump, I can tell you the focus level from this team is different. From year 1, I myself and this team individually have done nothing but improve, and we're trying to continue on that path. We still got pieces on this roster that make this team go, like Najee still in the backfield. As far as the receiver room, so we got Pitt coming back, we got Ross Wilson, Roman Wilson, but we lost another guy. I don't even remember who it was, but he was on his roster, and I completely forgot his name, but Floyd, I can't even begin to pronounce that last name. And then DJ Youngblood. Youngblood is crazy. And then, of course, at tight end, the big 6'5", 258-pound Pat Freiermuth, the GOAT himself. But this season, I'm really trying to become more mobile and get up out the pocket a little bit, even throw the ball on a run, throw some dimes and get active. He got the accuracy. Got to start the year off right, handing the ball off to that boy. Come on, Najee, cut up early. But the Lions look a little stacked on defense. And then the Lions took up the whole first quarter to go and score, but I don't like that. They took up way too much time. We pretty much ain't even really touching the ball out route. I should have been through. That's such a late ball, but he's still open. He dropped that though. Yeah, he's dropping the ball on contact. Hold on. That safety, what is he doing? If 31 drops back, I got pick all day. I'm going up the field. I'm launching it. He came down. I'm launching it. I can't even get the ball off. Come on, O-line. What y'all doing? He came in scot-free. And that's Aiden Hutchinson too. In year 4, I know he like a 99 overall. But defense got us the ball back. Good field positioning. We're going to walk out of here with some points regardless. Trying to survey it out. Go ahead and hit Fry, take off. Well, that ain't even Fry, but they all look alike. I ain't gonna lie. Got to settle for the field goal, bro. I absolutely messed up that possession. Then I just missed the field. Oh, we made it. I doinked it in. Oh my gosh, bro, it's time to lock in. I'm not throwing no dots. We're starting the season off a little rocky. It didn't score. First half is coming to an end. Gonna take a quick and easy throw right across the middle. Get upfield. Come on, let's move this ball. Well, 3rd and 2. You go one high safety. I got verts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm finna hit Pick to the left. If Pick is like, he's like just my safety valve. Look at Aiden Hutchinson coming in trying to make a play. I didn't switch the camera this time around. Caught the ball. Let's go. I'm telling you, Pick one-on-one. He gonna make that play. I gotta step up in the pocket though. I'm gonna drop, step up. I see him try to throw him open. Nope, that's a pick. Oh, I seen him. He was lurking, so that's my fault. But, bro, I thought I had him, bro. I tried to squeeze that into a window that was just way too tight. 3rd and 10, but this defensive front been delivering so much pressure. Bro, I ain't got no time in the pocket to do nothing. Oh, look at Aiden, bro. Look at this dude coming in just like hot, bro. That's not even Aiden Hudson. That's somebody else. But, bro, I have no time. Bro, it's just been a nightmare, dog. I got to try to get this ball off ASAP. I got to try to get this ball off. I threw that right in the coverage. Did he catch that? He did. Let's go. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm kind of panicking, bro. Like, they're delivering crazy pressure. I can't get the ball off. No time in the pocket. I'm trying to step up, but they right there in my lap every time I look up. I really want to take a shot to the end zone, bro. I want to get this ball in there. I want to score, bro. But trying to hit my dog on the outside. Did he catch that toe drag? He wasn't in. And why are you celebrating? You just got beat. We know corners be talking crazy, even if they don't really strap nothing because of incompletion. But now we got linebackers doing it too, out of pocket. out of pocket. I'm taking off. I got the legs too. I'm taking off. Bro, that D lineman is on my trail. I ain't gonna lie. QB sneak for the win. I need them 2 yards. I need them 2 yards. Give me that first. I need that. All right, so we got a minute and 46 to get down the field. At least get a field goal. This game will be a dub, but it's been a straight up just a defensive showdown, dog. And I forgot to accelerate the clock on, so we got to move the ball quick. I was trying to run the ball, kill a little bit of clock, get down the field. No, we have to get rid of it now. Oh my gosh, look at him coming off the edge. Bro, what is going on? Bro, I can see y'all and hear y'all in the comments already. Step up in the pocket, XYZ. I'm going to step up. All right, I'm finna stay in the pocket, go through my progressions. Stay in the pocket, hit my dog on the outside. That's a beautiful ball, and it's over. Oh my gosh, it's overthrown. I'm just the worst quarterback in the history of the game. Why can't I move this ball? Come here, right underneath. Bang, get upfield, get upfield. There we go, there we go. Bro, I'm scared. I feel like I'm gonna throw a pick, bro. I'm scared of my life. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is a crazy, intense situation. I gotta take off. I gotta take off. I gotta take off. Do we got a timeout? We got one last timeout. One. Somehow we gotta get out of bounds, get in field goal range. We need like another, 10 yards? Come on, bro. Play action. I don't know why we're going to play action in a situation like this. I got him. I got him. Up the field. He open in stride. That's a touchdown, dog. Come on, throwing straight dimes. Come on, Roman. Way to step up, boy. I ain't even need a touchdown. We just need a field goal range, but we get the job done. Let's go. We escaped by the hair of our chinny chins, bro. Oh, my gosh. Y'all can't say I ain't step up in that last possession, bro. I did my thing, bro. That was a good play. That was a good play. Scrambled out a little bit. Set my feet, threw a dime up the field. That was nasty. So through simulation, the season getting off to an inconsistent start. I mean, it's looking good. You 3-5. It's not bad at all, but you take 2 back-to-back L's against the Chargers and the Chiefs, but then you bounce back against the Bengals, and you also get the win against the Rams. Against Herbert and the boys, okay, I got outperformed by a bit. Herbert went 294 for 3 and no picks. Our guy went for 216, a tub, and a pick. Not bad, but it could definitely be a lot better. But the receiver room, pretty even across the board for the most part. Pick and Roman both went for 60 and 63, no tubs, but Ross, he been stepping up. Even this is an AI guy, but I don't know what it is, but like last season, he made a lot of big plays. Then the 3-point loss against the Chiefs, and good Lord, did Patrick Mahomes absolutely shred that. I mean, bro, 6 passing touchdowns in a single game. I don't even want to look at Reggie's stats. We ain't worried about Hood. Pat threw for 450. What is 6? It's crazy. But it looks like we had 2 touchdowns on the day, 1 passing and 1 rushing. No fumbles, pretty solid. Not turning the ball over in every fashion. So that's a good sign, I guess. And the receiving room for the most part was dead, especially when you only had like 100, less than 2. Didn't they have less than 200 passing yards on the day? 143. That's sad, and Pat threw for nearly 5. That's crazy. Then you get a 6-point win over the Bengals. Throw for 180, 2 touchdowns, not bad. Rushing wise, Najee went off. No touchdowns, but a buck of weight on the ground. Roman and Ross stepped up that game. Both had a touchdown. Receiving, he went for 81, 62. Pick only had 21 yards and 3 catches. Then a 2-point win over the Rams, and they don't have their real life quarterback. Well, it makes sense because Matthew Stafford, 3 years down the road, he definitely will be out. And you got Preston McCants. It's crazy. And how about Pitt going off of 7 catches, a buck 04? I swear, every time he has a bad game or a lackluster game, he bounce back and just go. He go off every time. Now this upcoming week, got the Texans. At the Texans, got 3 consecutive road games. I think we just came off of, 2 and then a home game. And then now we got 3 back at the crib and then so on and so forth. So we finna lock in for this game against CJ Stroud and the boys. And that gun, gotta watch out for Stingley. He out there somewhere. I don't know how. Oh yeah, that's not Stingley with that superstar ability. I don't know why he don't got one. I guess he'll have one next year. Oh my gosh, that boy is wide open up the field. That's a catch. Oh, I thought I threw that in stride. He had to jump for that. But that's Ross, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know who this dude is or who made that created player who generated him, but that boy is the truth. He make plays across the field week in and week out. I love him. And that ball out to Najee, pick up about 5-6 yards, put us in good position to pick up the first. Where is he going? That's a face mask, ref. You got to call that. Had to change up a play a bit, man. Hey, look, year 3, we calling audibles, hot route, and we making all, we doing it all this year. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, there we go. They gonna move. They gonna move right there with the catch. Fight your way forward. They kind of ganged up on my boy, but we pick up the first down on the 1. Now, this ain't the tush push, but something similar. Look, I would hand it off to Najee. Y'all know I would, but I got to pad the stats this season. We need more touchdowns. We trying to win an MVP, do something. We trying to be a Pro Bowler, all of that, but we get our first touchdown here in this game. Then, following on possession. Boom, march our way down the field. Another position to get down here and score. You know we love that. Dump this ball off real quick and easy. Pick with the catch, breaking the tackle, picking up the first, moving forward. Let's get it. I ain't gonna lie, Rome can get a win against that corner on this little out. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna dot that boy. He got him. He can, nope, I threw it right at him. That's free. Yeah, he's bad at that. Was free. We gotta settle for 3 points. That was an easy touchdown if I just made the correct read, bro. I really gotta break that tendency. I look at a guy, I see something I like pre-snap, and I don't make the adjustment in like during the play, bro, and it really screws me up. Second half, we got the lead. Just gotta continue to capitalize and build on this momentum. We balling for the most part, bro. We just not, you feel me? I'm falling short in a few situations where I need to just excel, trying to throw this on a little low. Flat, he can make this catch, hold on to it, let's get it. Can't tell me more in the GOAT, man. Freiermuth be making them catches, boy. If I need him, he's like my safety net, and I need that. Every good quarterback needs a decent tight end or some kind of dump it off guy, whether it's a running back, tight end, somebody they can always go to. 2nd and 13, what they doing? Linebackers drop, easy across the middle. That middle of the field be so vacant, just wide open. We got too much speed on the interior too. My eyes on that safety. If Pick gets this one-on-one look, I'm throwing it. He does not have a one-on-one look. Throwing this on a little flat. He caught that, bro. Ross, bro, there's that Roman. Roman be making plays. I'm telling you, he's a dog, bro. No, on that last catch, that was actually Ross. Roman is number 10. Ross is number 13. They names that Wilson be getting me screwed up. Hold on, bro. What about move? What about big 88 move? Turning up field, getting to the end zone, breaking the tackle. Let's go. And then the defense just been holding it down. It should just be a go ahead and run the ball down their throat, get this quarter over with. We walk out of here with a dub. Najee with a huge hole. Come on, man. Now, speaking of Roman, now he got this jet sweep right here. Gonna see how he cut up on this one, get around that edge. Look at him move with the block, and they on his head. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't going nowhere. He had no space to do anything. Big blowout dub on the road. Our defense shrouding them boys. Almost shut them out of the crib. That was nasty work, but the boys stepped up. We balled. Got a nice dub. Beautiful game. On the day, 15 of 29, 304 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and we protected the football. The receivers, bro, ain't gonna lie, we spread that ball around really well. 5 receptions for 77, 5 for 83 for Mood, 3 for 72, 2 for 72. Everybody just had opportunity. The following week against the Ravens, 3-point loss, pretty much a little battle. How does Lamar went off? We threw for 3 touchdowns, a pick, but only 183 yards on the day compared to his 306. Rushing the ball, Najee had 82 yards, and receiving wise, nobody really shook anything. I mean, it was kind of obvious because we only had, we had less than 200 passing yards, so it was ugly from this. I knew it was going to be ugly. I knew it was, and Pickens only had 3 catches once again. But then they bounced back. Big win against the Broncos, blowout. I'm interested to see how this played out, putting up them many points. Hold on, those many points, 311 yards passing compared to Bo Nix 166 and a touchdown apiece. Najee with see, this is what I be talking about, bro. Like, bro, he'll go off at any given time. That's the norm. But 95 yards and 4 touchdowns, we must have been handing it off to him like 10, 5 yards out every time, just walking it in. And then you got Pick. I told he have a bad game. He always, like, he's consistent, bro. He has a down game. He follows it up with a solid one right after a $101. You go back-to-back dubs, 24-10 against the Seahawks. Nice little dub. $180, 2 touchdowns, another pick, but they don't have Geno Smith anymore. They got Kai Swan. He throws for a touchdown and 2 picks. Come on, man. Najee, he got 26 carries. That's a big load. Pause. That's a big responsibility at 97 yards, a touchdown on 26 carries. And then once again, everybody goes mediocre on the day. 56 yards at the high for George Pickens in the squad, but I guarantee he goes off for like a 90, 100+ yard game after this. Watch, I'm telling you. Then you blow the Cleveland Browns out 24-3, solid win with them stats looking like though 188, bro. We need a flawless game, but who is this? Martin Aldridge? He's a creative player, but bro, 3 picks. Yeah, he did. That's typical Browns quarterback behavior. Najee, a man of consistency, only 19 carries, 10 less than he had the previous week, 4 on average, 76 yards, solid day. And then Alonzo Hardesty with a touchdown. And I was wrong, but look, here's what I'm talking about. 2 touchdowns. I don't think we've seen him with a multi-touchdown game this season so far. Maybe a week or so, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But look, 60 yards, a little bit better than last week, and then he goes for 2 tubs. How about stringing together 4 straight wins against the 49ers, getting a 13-point dub? What we looking like here? 263, 2 to another pick. He might throw a career high interceptions this season. I don't like that though. Najee 69 for a touchdown. Typical behavior from my dog. But hold on, Ross Wilson going out for a $132, 2 tubs. Hold on now, Pick. He might try to outshine you. You better step up and reclaim your #1 role, because that boy is doing his thing out there. So Hud and the fellas string together 4 consecutive wins out of the last 5 that we just simulated, taking the last loss against the Ravens. But this week, we finna tap back in and play this game against the Ravens for the 2nd time this season and seeing if this time we can come out with a dub. Little color rush battle ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't gonna lie, these unis OD tough. I'm taking off. I see that hole. Look, I ain't been running a lot. We taking off today, baby. Slide down, don't get touched. I mean, I could have took off left or right with that one. It would have worked out either way. From the gun though, I'm taking the snap. I'm trying to throw that ball. Throw it a little low, flat, let my dog make that catch and stride first down. Come on, baby. We wheeling and dealing today. And it's against an elite, well, now I wouldn't say elite secondary, but a really, really good one. Probably one of the better ones in the league. Quick and easy. Bam, take off Pick. I swear, he's one of the better players after the catch. I'm telling you. We stringing together a solid drive. Now I think we're going to mix in that run, and we're running right at those X Factor and superstar X Factor players. But look at Najee go to block up front. All that passing really set up the run well. And they got 3 X Factor players over there to the right, and we're gonna run the ball right at them, blocking up front. It's sensational walk in. That was probably the most flawless, perfectly executed drive of our boy J Hud's career. Our Hud, not J Hud. But I'm really trying to step up, have a big game against this Raven defense so we can just get another win, bro. We beat them. No, as a matter of fact, we lost to them the last time we played them, and it was a simulation game, so this is a good get back. But we ain't trying to air the top out of them. Then I forgot they got Marlon Humphrey. They should. I know they got Nate Wiggins over there, so he's somebody to look out for. Then you got Kyle Hamilton, Roquan. Then I don't know who that is coming off the edge right there. I'm dropping back so deep. I know y'all get on me about that all the time. We done marched our way down again, bro. Look, where we at? 26-yard line. We can punch this in, get 3 points. Either way, take the lead before the half. Even though there's plenty of time left in this. Oh my gosh, I just threw a pump fake. I didn't even try to do that. We break the sack, but we end up getting sacked anyway. That was beautiful. Bro, if we were able to escape after that, that would have been clutch. I'm going to start utilizing that pump fake a little bit. I'm going to, the pump fake. Roll out to the right. I ain't even right hand to take off. Get that block, get that block, get that block. Good block, get out of bounds. Don't get hit by him. No, sir. Wheeling, dealing, getting busy today using our wheels. Come on, man. Doing it. Hold on. Here we go. Bam. I see Pick. I see you, Pick. I see you, Pick. The corner, he lacking. He in the zone, but he's not really there. Beautiful route. Great catch. Great throw. Man, all of that. All of the above. Well, I tried to give it to Najee. He played with his opportunity. So guess what? QB sneak, FTW. Yeah, for the win, baby. We get up in the end zone. Another touchdown. Another just perfectly executed drive. And my boy getting down. Hey, the Ravens went down and scored, but we end up getting the ball back with 37 seconds to spare. We can make something happen and make that catch. Pick. I really want him to get out of bounds, but we can call this timeout. I got both of my backs flying out of the backfield, so I might try to dump it off to one of them. If not, we might be able to take off with this. Yeah, no pressure up front and good blocking. I'm gonna take off. Dive into that end zone. That's another touchdown before the half. We take the lead right back after they just went down and tied it. Back in that red zone, 7 yards out. Got the lead already. We can extend it right here. I wouldn't say the game is sewn up, but that'll really put us in a good solid position. They go zone. I could throw it over here to my right, but if they don't, they go, I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm looking at, and they all over me. I have no time in the pocket. I was confused on that play. I'm not gonna lie. We got to settle for 3, but points are points. They go down and get 3 themselves. We still had a lead. 4th quarter, plenty of time to make something happen, but we got to keep this game out of reach. And Najee's can chew us from clock. He can get out of bounds to actually stop the clock. If anybody's ever watched any of my other quarterback videos, y'all know I never care about the running back. Just throw the ball, get them yards, and eat. But I really want to get Najee over 100 yards today. That's my dog going on to eat. But we need to pick up a fresh set of downs. I might take off myself depending on what Roquan does. He's gonna sit. Yeah, he's gonna drop off in coverage. I want to take off. I see it. I'm gone. Hey, I'm about to get little. I need to get down for our fumble. He ain't got no ball security as a runner at all. Pick on the corner route is always going to be food anytime. Like, bro, any and every single time. Nope, not this time. I lied. Not this time around. Taking off. Could throw it up the field, try to get it to him. DB sagged off, that's free. Anytime one of my guys, whether it be on a jet sweep or a dive or anything, anytime no one else can punch it in, I'm going with that QB sneak to get the free stat. Big win at the crib. Look at Coach Tom. That boy smiling like it ain't nothing, man. Shout out to my dog, Lamar. My favorite team, my favorite player, IRL, but we just put the beats on them boys. It was a pretty solid game, a good game on both ends, but we came out victorious today. Bro, look at the dominance. 1 win, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive wins to cap off the regular season for J Hood. I keep saying R-Hud, Reggie Hudson, and the Steelers. Nah, that's nasty. I ain't gonna lie to what, the last 6 games you hang up 30 plus on every single team, and then you finished it blowing out the Cardinals 35-6. This is what you like to see. We gotta check out some of these performances, dog. In their win against the Jets, going head to head with not Aaron Rodgers, but Rod Schaefer, 168, a touchdown, nothing too crazy. Rushing, Najee did all right with a touchdown. And then receiving wise, pretty mediocre, but a solid win. 38-22 win over the Bengals, 185, 3 touchdowns, no picks, protecting the football. That's what you love to see. And then rushing the ball, Najee with 93 yards, a tub. And then receiving, of course, Ross just doing what he do. And then in that final game against the Cardinals where they blew them boys out of the water, 296, nearly 300 yards. That's solid, 2 touchdowns. Checking out the run game, Najee went for another 90 yards and a touchdown. Receiving wise, look at Roman showing up big and pick right behind them. Taking a look at the playoff picture, they got the Ravens, their rival once again, this time around in the wild card. I believe they won the game last season, but then the Chiefs, they got the first round bye in the divisional number 1 seed. The Giants are number 1 seed over there. That's crazy in the NFC. So we're going to see how this play out. They get the win over the Ravens 35-27, beating them for what, the second or third time this season, this time around in a more important game in the postseason. And Reggie threw for 234, 3 touchdowns, once again, protecting the football. Najee did his thing, 78 yards on 18 attempts, 2 touchdowns, and receiving. Look at Pitt going off, 95 yards, a touchdown, 3 different receivers with a touchdown at that. Now in the divisional game, 1 game away from a championship, his first of his career. If we can beat the Bills through simulation, I'm going to check in and play the championship game and try to get that dub and eventually maybe even make it to a Super Bowl here in year 3. They get the dub over the Bills, 34-24, 10-point win, heading to that championship game to face the Chiefs. Let's go. Come on, man. Look at that. I'm telling you, bro, when he's protecting the football, they are untouchable, bro. Reggie Hudson, the Reggie Hudson, 247, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Najee had a monster game, bro. Only 19 carries, a $151, 7, basically 8 yards on average, and then a touchdown. And this is what I want to see from George Pickens, bro. Consistency. He's been dominant all year. Even going back to rookie season, he was dominant, but now 5 receptions in the postseason game, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, and we also get one out of Ross. Top 3, one of the toughest unit combos, I would say, in the NFL, but definitely in the Steelers arsenal. But we have to win this game. I got to see my boy touch a Super Bowl before it's all said and done. 2nd and 10, that run went nowhere, dropping back, see if they're going to deliver some pressure, getting his ball off. It's that's in traffic, but I had to get rid of it. 3rd and 10, this Chiefs secondary trying to strap up. Let's see what we can make happen. Looking down the field, I'm throwing that. Flatten it out a little bit, let my dog catch it in space. Let's get it, Ross. It's cold out here too. I thought it would have been snowing, but we got a regular little game, decent little game. Taking out to my left a little bit, rolling, and that's an absolute, how did I misfire that? That was a beautiful ball, open receiver, and bro, what? Bro, I was patient in the pocket. Beautiful route. All I had to do was put it where it needed to be. And yeah, look at him. See how DBs do? He doing all, you were nowhere near the ball. You were cooked. Can't believe I sold that pass like that. I'm talking about, bro. Roman was wide, bro. He had beat them boys up the field, did his thing, and now I'm getting sacked. Come on. New possession, though. Just over a minute and a half left here in this first half. Second quarter's about to come to an end. We got to make something happen. Get this ball off quick. Bam, right on the curl. Pick up that first down. Move them chains. Linebacker, he hot right now, so we got to be careful, dog. We have to be careful. Taking a snap from the gun, surveying things out. I see what I want, but I have no time. That's Chris Jones, too. He on my head. They ain't play like this against the Eagles, so why they doing it against me, bro? Come on, here we go. Taking a snap under center this time around. I have nowhere to get rid of this ball to. Oh my gosh, them boys on the hunt. Got to get Najee more involved. Man, like just passing the ball like crazy, not running nowhere near enough. He can pick up this first down and a lot more. Taking off upfield. This is what we need to get our offense going. 2nd and 5. Got 3 lined up. Little trips bunch formation over here to that side. Launching this ball upfield. That was an ill-advised throw, but can my receiver go up and get it? No, he cannot. That was a bad pass in traffic. That's on me. I just struggle going through my progressions and weighing out all my options. I be so worried about the front line, bro. I just got to be patient. Use my eyes. Boom, bang, easy. Pick up the first. I ain't worried about no pressure. Just get rid of the ball to the right guy. Got to make an adjustment. It look like they loading the box a bit. So I'm going to go to a little play action, see if we can find an open guy, make the right play here. I see him. That's Ross on the catch or the run, putting us down to about the 5. Come on, Najee. I need you to walk this in. I don't want to have to pass the ball. I don't even want to do a QB sneak right now. I want my dog to get some shine here in the big championship game, and he falls a yard short like I thought he would. Usually I pad the stats and give me a rushing touchdown, but I'm not even going to do it to my dog this time around. I'm gonna just go ahead and hand it off, let them walk in, untouched, scot-free. We got the lead. Let's go. That fourth quarter pressure, let's see if we can make it happen. Tie ball game, man. We stole the lead. They went and got it back, or at least tied it back up. So now we got to make something happen here. I got all the time in the world. Offensive line is doing a fantastic job. Good catch from my dog. Big move. 3rd and 5. We need to pick this up and convert. I don't want to leave here with 3 points. We got to score because eventually anything can really happen. But I'm taking off. I got space. I got opportunity. Take off. Get down. Easy. 3rd and 7. We need to pick up the first right here. I do not want to settle for a field goal, but we're not going to have a choice. He just came in untouched. Come on, dog. And to no surprise, I knew it was going to happen. Pat Mahomes and his offense go down, score a touchdown, take the lead. Now we have less than a minute to go to try to make something happen, trying to lead. My dog makes a big catch. I mean, the best thing we could do is just throw up a prayer. At this point, we got 18 seconds, 3 timeouts. I should try to dink and dunk this up the field, but I'm gonna throw it deep. Did he make that catch? He did. Safety's in the middle of the field. I low-key want to just lob it up to Pickens and say good luck because, bro, lob it, pick, go up and get it. Safety back there, late. He made that catch. Oh, I thought he caught that. And this is the last resort. 3 deep, Hail Mary, or all goes, man. Here we go. This is it. This is for all the marbles, bro. I can't believe I sold like this. We had the game and then they pick it off. That's the ball game, bro. For his 3rd year, I will say the season was successful. Taking a look at his passing numbers on the year, it's like, I wouldn't say it was a bad year, but I definitely wish we could have made it to the at least touched the Super Bowl. I'm low-key kind of sick. I can't lie. I hate it, bro. Like, it really shook. Like, bothered me that we've, like, I just underperformed, dog. But Najee went off 1,300 yards, another 1,000 plus yard season, 12 touchdowns. I had 6 on the ground myself. And look at Pick, man, doing what he does, going for another band. Well, he had 7 touchdowns, and then we go down to Ross. He stepped up big this season, 900 yards, 6 touchdowns, and then Roman with 10 touchdowns on the year, 791 yards, and then Freiermuth doing this thing as well. Finished number 2 in the AFC, 14-3 record, balled out. Year 3 was a success overall for the team, but now we played and simmed the first 3 seasons. We're about to sim the next 7. So the very next season, they secure a 15-2 record and they make it to the Super Bowl. Let's check out the bracket they ran through the gauntlet, dog. 15-2 season and you have a Super Bowl appearance. Let's go. But before we even tap into the Super Bowl, let's take a look at the regular season or the overall numbers for the year. 3,600 passing yards, just shy of 3,700, 28-9 interceptions. He kind of hiked that number up a little bit compared to previous years, but pretty solid season. Najee with 8, and I think just like his 3rd or 4th consecutive 1,000+ yard season, bro. He been balling and he had 15 touchdowns. Receiving wise, look who led the team. That boy Ross. Pickens came in right behind him. Both of them had over 900 yards. And then we got a new receiver on the book. Kevin Atkinson had 726 yards himself. Check him out. The Super Bowl, though, my dog made it to the Super Bowl in his 4th year. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Not this soon, though, but man, a 15-2 season and them boys get that trip. Man, I'm so proud of my dog. It is a beautiful thing to see. First trips to one of the biggest games in sports history, and my dog takes the loss. Had that walk of shame. Them boys finna get that ring and they're crowned world champions. My boys just fell short by a score. Bro, it would have been great for him to win it. His first trip to the Super Bowl, bro, he only fell short by a touchdown. You hate to see it, but let's check out these stats. So compared to Kai Swan, we went 17 for 24, 215, no passing touchdowns on the day, but 2 interceptions. When he doesn't protect the football, they always lose. Rushing wise, Najee compared to Kyrie Walker, he went crazy, and Najee, he had 74 yards, solid day with a touchdown. And then receiving wise, Ross Wilson went off, and one of their guys went off as well. But overall, a pretty even matched game. They just fell a little bit short. So as we head into year 5, taking a look at my right, Tyreek Hill's retiring, and so is Jalen Ramsey. So it's going to be interesting to see. The Dolphins are already struggling too, so they might be worse or even worse off than they are IRL and in game right now. So at the end of year 5, our boy actually finished 6th in the MVP race. He hasn't even been top 10 throughout his first 4 seasons. So this is a good sign. I'm ready to see his numbers actually. They took a loss in the wild card this season to the Bills, 13-17, a very low scoring game. Finally, I've been waiting for this day, bro. A season. I've been waiting for this type of year. 4,000 passing yards. That's what you love to see. 40 passing touchdowns, only 5 interceptions with a 76% completion percentage. Bro, Reggie been out there balling, going dumb. I knew this day would come too, bro. Najee is officially gone. He is not on this roster. He either got traded or released. He couldn't have been released because he was balling too, going too crazy. But Alonzo Hardesty, who's been in the team since a rookie, 977 yards, only 5 touchdowns. And Ross continues to prove why he's wide receiver 1 on this team. I think this is back-to-back years with over 1,000 yards receiving, almost 3 receivers with over 1K. That's wild. 2 9-yard touchdown players within Pickens and Ross, and then you got Brittingham down here with 7. And then they take another step back as far as their record from 15-2 to 11-6 last season. Now this year at 10-7 on the contract year. Come on, this what year 6 numbers looking like. A very steep fall short from what he did last year. 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,600 passing yards. He is a model of consistency. 71% completion percentage. I haven't checked his rushing numbers in a little while. I think maybe it's been a season or 2 since I checked them, but nothing too crazy. 59 attempts, 248 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Not too bad, no fumbles, so he's protecting it in that regard. Fast forward to year 10, you see the numbers across the board. I'm not gonna lie, my dog has fallen off and just taken a huge dip over the last few years. You hate to see it. Been tracking their seasons, they've only made it to the postseason, I believe, twice. Even this recent season, his 10th season, they did not perform well. Obviously, he didn't, with 19 passing touchdowns and 10 interceptions. One thing I can't say about him, he's slaying that ball. I mean, any good or decent quarterback in the league is not going to throw for less than 3K, but punching nearly 4,000 yards every single season, but to only do it twice in 10 years, I mean, I wouldn't say he's elite, but he's probably a top 10, top 15 quarterback. One Super Bowl appearance that he lost by a score, and ever since then it's just been kind of all over the place. But taking a look at the rushing numbers for the team, he's been pretty solid for the most part. He's not really a rusher, never was, but he put up some decent numbers and he always protects the football. So at a 99 overall, 10 years in, deep into the league, I gotta say he isn't the best quarterback in Steelers history, but he's definitely up there, one of those notable names. Had a really successful career so far, and I believe the next 5 to 10 years of his career could be amazing. If you enjoy Reggie Hudson's NFL career, drop a like on the video and let me know down below in the comments your favorite moment out of the entirety of the video. I appreciate y'all watching all the way through, and if you enjoyed the channel, be sure to click one of these videos on screen. I'll see y'all boys soon.